And we roll GT thunder in the soul. VIR the spy we chase, Watkins Glen in the rain. Road America burns every lap we earn. 2 hours, 2.5, 3 hours, keep the math. GT3, GT4, door to door forevermore. Run it down, grid up, run it down. 9 races, 1 champ now. Run it down, MotorMouth on the call. We came to answer it all. You clean, Barcelona in between. Sonoma dust and sweat, no room for regret. Every pit stop, every fight, we bring the whole night. 2 hours, 2.5, 3 hours, keep the math. GT3, GT4, door to door forevermore. Run it down, grid up, run it down. 9 races, 1 champ now. Run it down, MotorMouth on the call. We came to answer it all. Stay in the sun, nose to tail, wheel to wheel. That's the only deal. Hear that crowd lean in. We're gonna do it again. Run it down, grid up, run it down. 9 races, 1 champ now. Run it down, MotorMouth on the call. To answer it all. Run it down, check that flag, let it fly. 1 series, 1 hell of a ride. Oh, run it down. When the dust settles low, we'll know who owns the show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and people of all ages. It is time for the Grid Up Sim Racing GT Challenge. JP, I'm going to be joined in the booth by Mr. Jim Cunningham, who's going to come along for the Virginia 120. Now, if you haven't figured out what that means, it means it's going to be a 2-hour race here this evening with a mixture of GT3s and GT4s. Right, let's get the, how can I put it, the housekeeping out of the way. 2 drivers per team. Single drivers are permitted, okay? Single drivers are permitted. Open setups, you're going to have a 60% fuel limit with 2 additional tyre sets limited during the race. Teams with 1 or both drivers having less than 2,000 IR should register to compete in the GT4s. Obviously, if you're above 2,000 IR, you're going to compete in the GT3s. Now, you can see the VIR race circuit on your left-hand side, 3.24 miles in length. Track conditions at the moment, air temperature 75 degrees, track temperature 97 degrees. That is hot, 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 hotter than a Vindaloo at a curry house. It's going to be dry at the moment. Event rules, you can see on the right in the middle there, as you said, open setup, 2 tyre sets, 1 fast repair. GT4s have 3 tyre sets and the fuel limited to 60%. Right. That's that bit of housekeeping out of the way. Now let's have a look at the schedule on your screen coming up very, very shortly. We're going to kick off May 23rd with a Virginia 120. Then we're going to head to June 13th to the 2.4 hours at the Glen. Basically 2 hours and 20 minutes. All right. 3 hours of Spa on June 27th. Then July 18th we go to the Elkhart Lake 2.4. Barcelona 120 on the August the 8th. September the 5th is Suzuka 2.4. Atlanta is the 100, the Atlanta 120, again a 2-hour race. Indy, 3 hours. Ouch. On October 10th. And then we're going to head to Sonoma Valley for the 120 there as well. Well, there's lovely tracks on there. I don't know about Indy 300, ladies and gentlemen. I've got to be on 3 hours. It's going to be a long one. And that infield. Oh, all the race circuits, they could have put a road circuit out. They go and put it at the great Indy road circuit, and it's absolutely shocking. Right, welcome in if you are here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Welcome to MotorMouth Broadcasting. Hit that like button. Don't forget the notification button. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Refined Motorsport in YouTube chat. Let's go, he says there as well. And then Matthew Cock, proper job. Sounds awesome. Not quite sure why I went into a proper deep Somerset carrot crunching accent then. But hey, listen, we'll take it, right? Don't forget that as well. Cars in qualifying at the moment. 10 minutes on the clock there as well. Let's bring Jim in for a quick word before we get underway. Jim, welcome in, bud. How are you?
Good, man. Good to be here with you. Appreciate you setting in on this one, especially last minute. That was very kind of you. We are lucky to have you here.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolute awesome one there as well. On the top, you can see in the red is the GT3s, I believe. Is it the blues, GT4s?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, GT4s in the blue. So if you are supporting anybody, let us know on that one. We've got 16 teams, I believe, taking part in this event. We've got 10 GT4s, 9 GT3s. It's going to be very, very interesting indeed. Now, one of the things with only 18 drivers, we want to hope they don't crash, because if they crash, well, it's going to be a podcast here on MotorMouth Broadcasting, and you definitely don't want me and Jim chatting utter rubbish for this period of time during this one as well. So let's keep an eye on some of these drivers out on track at the moment here. I'm going to follow Jonathan Shampline. I am from the UK, so if I get names wrong, please just DM me. All right, I get loads. I don't really care. But yeah, just DM me. Let me know that I've pronounced it wrong, which is possibly a big probability throughout the whole entirety of this race. Alexander Cortez there, absolutely flying. Just put that Ferrari on pole position. You see Xavier Williams has just jumped up to 4th place. David Schreier here on that 20 machine is out on the racetrack at the moment. So is Kevin Nunn, Johnson and Jones here as well. What can we expect from VIR, Jim? It's very tricky. It's the long circuit as well. They've got that long run from the oak tree right the way down to the roller coaster. What's going to happen?
Well, I think, to be honest with you, you and I have called enough races here to know that there's going to be a whole lot of follow the car in front of you. There's only probably 3 or 4 really good passing opportunities here. The rest of it is pretty narrow, fast, and wiggly, and they're going to have to to work their way through the through those parts and take advantage of the few passing zones here. This is definitely a tough place. I mean, they do an IMSA race here every year, and obviously Oak Tree here that we're seeing is going to be the big passing opportunity at this track for sure.
Yeah, don't forget, guys, if you're wondering where the Oak Tree's gone, right, it got struck by lightning. And as it got struck by lightning, it went poof, split into two, straight down the middle, was dangerous, and then unfortunately was removed. iRacing then go and update after, one of the few updates we do get straight away, no dig, and have removed the tree itself as well. So we've got no Oak Tree, unfortunately, there as well. Listen, quick shout out as well to any of the team's partners, drivers that want to come into the chat. Please jump into the interview room if you are listening. We will pull us in. You can tell us what team you're from, what car you're driving, who's your teammate, how you're getting on, what's this pit stop strategy. You're going to run it full empty, or you're going to do something fancy fandangled, which is beyond my technical knowledge, I'm sure. Just let us know. But if you do want to jump into the interview waiting room. We will bring you into the booth, okay? Please sit there and be patient. We've got a lot going on. So
you're selling yourself short. You are the former champion of the first annual MX5.
Oh, Jim. Stop blowing smoke up my bum already. We've literally only just started.
MX5 Martinsville 500.
I am.
You were the You were the first annual champion of that event, and I'd like to point out, ladies and gentlemen, before you get really excited and ask for my autograph, because I do sign photos for $5 each. If you really want to, don't get excited. I was in split 10. All right, I started at the back. I was in 34th because I wanted to avoid all the crashing, and I managed to get to the front on the final. I had the last 2 yellows, and I was at the front for the last 6 laps. I took the win. So thank you very much for that, Jim. Blowing smoke up my bum already. Love That's
it.
what I'm here for.
You know what I mean? I've got to be honest. It's one of my only achievements in iRacing.
Well, that's part of the reason I bring it up. So there's that.
It's the only achievement I've got in iRacing. Apart from obviously commentating.
So any of the team guys out here that may be listening as well as we're wrapping up qualifying here shortly, I hope we have a warm-up session because I'm going to surprise James with a track map of VIR that he gets to do a lap around. But we have the ability for you guys to stream your webcams and have them pop up on the broadcast when we focus on your car. You can hit up one of your admins. They should have that information, and it's super simple to sign up. So since this is the first race in the series, if you guys want to hop in later with that, I'll try to keep up with it and get you guys pulled into the broadcast.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very late coming up on that one. We do have a 5-minute warm-up, which is awesome for us. We will try and get your webcams up if you can, but you need to get them in as soon as possible. Please, please, as soon as possible. Get them to us, get them sent in, we'll try and get them on screen. You can show us your beautiful faces and how lovely you look here as well from likes of the USA. Well, apparently Zach Saunders is from Japan. I'm not entirely sure if that's right.
That doesn't sound like a real Japanese name to me.
It really does not. No, and Ameum.
Well, she is.
I don't really know what that flag is.
You don't even know. She's Egyptian, and she actually works for me. She is one of our producers, and she is. She's an alien.
Okay.
Yeah, and so but we're going to pull her in maybe a little bit during the broadcast and kind of she's going to commentate a little bit, just kind of tell us what the conditions are and, whatever. Just we're going to get some insight from her in the car during the race, and she races in VR, so she's going to be sharing her VR view with us. But let's take a look around this wonderful circuit here. VIR is a fantastic track. And, like I said, it's a beautiful country through here. This is on you, James. You get to do the track map lap.
Oh, sorry, Jim. I was not expecting this. So there you go. You know what I mean? There's the overview of the track circuit, guys, as well. Don't forget there's multiple layouts here as well. You can see I won't give you one of the corner names because I might get myself sacked. So I'm going to stay away from that as well on the shorter course. If anybody is aware of I believe it's the Grand West course here at VIR. I'm trying to find out if it actually is that. No, it's the South Course. Turn 1 on the South Course is called a wonderful name, i.e. a female dog, if you want to go and have a look at that. But it's going to be absolutely epic here as well. You can see the sectors on the screen to right the way through to turn 18, which is a slight little kink because the Americans love putting numbers in where they're really not needed, because I love American courses, especially Road Atlanta, or in fact here where we've got 5A, 5B, 6A, 6B. It's going to be very, very interesting indeed. You can see coming up through the wigglies on the right-hand side now as well. Very, very difficult to overtake. They're not going to want to be catching traffic at that point. It's going to be very, very hard indeed. Now through the left-hander at South Bend. Again, another fast left-hander. They've got to be careful. Don't want to run wide on the grass because otherwise, well, good luck getting it stopped. Let's put it that way. It's going to be very, very interesting to see if they do. Then we're going to come into the Oak Tree. This is where one of the major passing opportunities are going to happen. Hard on the brakes, round the right hander we go, then into the next right, and it's going to be a full flat run right the way down that back straight, right the way down, all the way into the roller coaster, which is coming up very, very shortly. You can see here they're going to be topping speeds north of 160, 170 miles an hour easily. They're maybe not in the GT4s, probably round about 150, 155. They're going to be very, very equal on speed in conjunction with it. So they are going to have to be very, very careful. Now we're going to be dropping through the left-hander. It's going to be a steep drop down in the right-hander coming into the roller coaster. Then another left. They've got to be careful here, running wide as well. Very, very difficult. Don't want to get it wrong. Coming through the last corner, you miss your braking zones. There's a nice bit of grass out on the left-hand side. You put a blade on and do some mowing while you're out there, because I'll tell you what, once you're on there, you ain't coming out. However, the grass thickness has been improved in iRacing over the last year or so, or however long it's been. And then there's another full flat right across that start-finish line and back down into turn 1. So that's going to be very, very exciting indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, that is VIR full course here this evening. So hold on to your hats on that one. Get your drinks if you are sat at home. Grab your popcorn. Sit back, chillax, relax. Don't forget, hit that heart button. More thumbs up we do, the more exposure we get. So that would be absolutely amazing for us here as well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on the bells. And if you do hit that share button, share it far and wide. Why not? It's free. You know what I mean? It's not like another streaming platform where you have to pay $5.99 per month to get your little special emotes, ladies and gentlemen. This is on the YouTube, and this is free, and it ain't going to take long just to press that heart button. Okay, so while you sat there, it'd be amazing if we can. Last 25 seconds of warm-up here before we get into the grid. Jim, predictions. Where do we think the first drama is going to happen?
Well, to be fair, I don't really know these drivers too well, so it would be hard to say. But just based on the track alone, probably turn 1. You know, it's a pretty fast turn in there, and it's pretty flat. And it's really easy to kind of wash out into somebody on cold tires. So, yeah, probably turn 1. Unfortunately, let's just hope it's not big.
Okay, no worries there. Let's see how it gets on. Hopefully, these cars will stay away from each other, and we will go from there and see how they get on. But hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, you're in for a treat here as well, so get ready for this one. The GT3s are going to be jumping on the grid very shortly with the GT4s, and then we're up and running. Let's go all. Thanks for the broadcast. No worries. In pole position in the GT3s is Michael O'Dell alongside Alexander Cortez. He is in second place, Ferrari in a Corvette on that road there. Then we got the Audi of Maum and Connor Deasley in the Porsche. Oh, love a Porsche, but unfortunately the back end likes joining the front. Then we go to Levi Wolf in the Corvette with Jacob Reed in the Lamborghini sitting in 6th place. Moving on from that one is Gabe Wilmoth and Matthew Cock, 2 Porsches again in that row. Then moving on from there, row 5 is the Corvette. Oh, no, it's not, because Jim's in the booth. Zach Saunders in the Ford. Before we go into the GT4s, let's have a look at these big old bad boy GT4s. It's BMW of Jonathan Champmine has taken pole position with Mark Prince in 2nd place there in that Ford. Didn't know Ford did, on that. Then Adrian Fabian in P13, followed by the Mercedes of Xavier Williams. Moving on from that one is David Chavez and Adam Jones. They're topping out row 8. And then row 9 in a Mercedes is Kevin Nunn with AJ Johnson in the BMW. And that, bar Jaden Gosling, is the last car on the grid. So hold on to your hats. It's going to be an epic one, as cars are going to start off behind the pace car. Hopefully there will be a gap between the GT3s and GT4s, because that will make it so much easier. Hopefully there won't be dramas, but you never know how this one goes, and you never can tell, Jim, with these 2-hour endurances.
No, it's you know, you got to look. There's a couple different mindsets out here. There's going to be those that really, you know, just push super hard in the beginning, and you know, and that's typically where some incidents come up. And then you're going to have the ones that are going to have a little patience. They don't mind losing a spot or two early on in the race. You know, they'll let somebody go by, and then we can, you know, then they'll settle in and make those spots back up over the course of time. So, yeah, I mean, I think hopefully they'll execute a little patience here and just kind of get a feel for racing around each other, since this is a brand new series. And just, you know, settle into it and then battle it out a little later in the race.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, I think, as well. We'll see how these guys are going to get on and whether or not they are going to be patient with each other. But listen, this is endurance racing. However, I do hope they do get patient, Jim. Oh, blimey, that's an interesting shot on that one.
Not a good one necessarily, no.
No, not really. But, you know, hey, listen, nobody saw anything, Jim. Don't you worry about it. It's not on the YouTube forever. All right, you know what I mean? Nobody will ever see that again. Right, we're going to give a shout out to our sponsors. MotorMouth Technology Services is a sponsor today. GridUp.shop as well. Don't forget to go and check them out. And a big thank you to them guys for shouting us out. Of course, there's another one there. No, it's not. Please, let's not look at that, because that's
supposed to be the bumper cam on the pace car, but
nah, I don't think that's working properly.
Yeah, clearly.
But there we go. On that one. So looking forward to seeing how these guys get on. They have just entered the back straight, ladies and gentlemen. So we're looking forward to seeing this one and seeing what happens here with this race. No, a little bit worried. I've got to be honest.
That's pretty close.
A little bit worried. Yeah, absolutely. Right, listen, quick breakdown of the rules, okay? They're very short and sweet, all right? So it's fairly easy on that one as well. As I said, 60% fuel, you know all that one already. Clean racing standards apply at times before the event, during the race, and after the checker flag, so no crashing into each other after the checker flag. Multi-cars. The car head has the right to the racing line, even if it's a slower class. Slower cars are expected to drive predictably. In other words, don't follow the JP rules of F1 and get your bum out the way. They've got to stay there, and the faster cars got to go through. No late braking dive bombs without an established overlap. I find that a very difficult rule to enforce, but hey, listen, I don't make them, okay? So don't shoot me, but I do find that last rule very difficult to enforce, especially when most dive bombs happening when people try and overtake. Drive-through penalty for every 20 X's. Accumulating 50 X's will result in disqualification. The race administrators reserve the right to issue black flags, disqualify teams or drivers, or penalise poor sportsmanship or intentionally wrecking drivers. Well, that's the rules. In other words, behave yourself. Right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and people of all ages, there are the GT3s. Thanks, mate. There are the GT3s. It's going to be up and running very, very shortly. A long run down to that start-finish line. In fact, it's so long you could probably eat an ice cream. But the lights are going to be coming on. It's going to be green, green, green. We are green, green, green. And you can see at the moment the GT3s have jetted off. Michael O'Dell in that Corvette with the inside line. Alexander Cortez in the Ferrari. He's going to try and go round the outside now. GT4's right behind him. Jonathan Champagne has taken the lead in there. Zach Saunders in second place at the moment. But you can see it's still the Corvette of Michael O'Dell out in front. Oh, he's on the grass. Oh no, that's a Matt Ooms. The only Audi is out on the grass. Got a lawnmower going on already, and that is not good this early in the race. But hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure it's going to get better. Michael O'Dell takes the lead in the GT3s. Jonathan Champagne in the GT4s with Zach Saunders in second place at the moment. Great start from some of these cars. They enter the Wigglies for the first time, Jim. And there's two cars side by side in the background. I believe that's Jacob Reed and Connor Deasley, both from the UK, the Porsche and the Lamborghini. And the Porsche goes through. It's a Porsche circuit as long as they can keep that back end facing forward. And the Porsche don't always like that, Jim.
No, they have a tendency to want to rear end with the engine, decides this wants to be a front engine car sometimes, unfortunately.
Absolutely. That rear engine, mid engine, whatever they want to call it, is very, very unpredictable at times. You do the same thing over and over and over again for 50 laps. On lap 51, you'll do the same thing, and the back end will come round and take your front end with it. On board now, you can see the GT4s in behind it. Xavier Williams sitting in 6th. He's got Mark Prince in front of him at the moment. That's a Mercedes and a Mustang fighting their way down in through the right-hander now of roller coaster. 1 minute 43 gone. We've still got nearly 1 hour and 59 minutes of racing, and we got Antoine in YouTube chat. Let's go grid up. Wish I could join today. Join you today. Happy racing from AT. I'm not even sure what AT means. I'm going to presume that might be Atlanta, Jim, here on the grid. But great stuff from some of these drivers. Nice and clean already.
It could be Atlanta. Yeah, so far so good, really. I mean, the only incident we really had was a Met going off track there early in turn 1. But other than that, yeah, pretty clean. I'm glad to see that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, absolutely, and hopefully we'll get more of that throughout this race. Hopefully no real dramas. However, side by side from AJ Johnson there in 10th place at this moment in time, and he's sitting with Jaden Gosling, who has just gone through on him there, unfortunately. So AJ Johnson just lost that place. Michael Adele still out in front. However, the Ferrari is tucked in behind him of Alexander Cortez, with Levi Wolf in the other Corvette sitting in 3rd. Connor Deasley in the Porsche in 4th place. Through the oak tree they go, that double right-hander. Now it's going to be a full flat grid fight right the way down the back straight here before they get into this twisty of the roller coaster section. Michael Adele done a great job, got out in front early in that Corvette. He had a little bit of problems with Cortez going into turn number 1, but at the moment Jimmy's holding on to that lead well.
He is, yeah, and this right here to me is I find it to be the toughest part of the track, because you're really hauling the mail downhill here, and that roller coaster, it's really hard to judge your braking zone coming through here. And the car can easily get away from you. I really, that's the part of the track that I struggle at the most by far.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the difficult thing with VIR at this moment in time. You can see the Porsche off Connor Deasley there, tucked up at the moment. He's right behind Levi Wolf. It's a run down to the start-finish line. Deasley's going to have that inside line. He should be able to sneak that car up. He's got the overlap. You can go, son. You can go. And he did go. Connor Deasley wasted no time in that Porsche. He's got his own little group tucked in behind him at the moment. Wolf, Reed, Campwell, Matt Holmes trying to come back, of course, and Matthew Cock, who I believe has not started this race, and we're down to 7 cars in the GT3. 5 of them are in that one shot. 3.6 seconds up the road is Michael Adele in the Corvette and Alexander Cortez in the Ferrari. So there we go on that one. Antoine, let us know, is it Atlanta that you're at, or what you're doing? Oh, bye-bye. Take care. I believe that was Terry Campwell has just spun that Porsche, and around he goes there. And unfortunately for Campwell, he's dropped down all the way down the order at this moment in time. He's sitting down. Where is he? He's down in 7th place. Unfortunately for Campwell, he's going to have some catching up to do, but he does have 2 hours. That's the best thing about this race, Jim. They've got a long time to recover. Yeah,
no, I mean, that's the whole point of endurance racing. You don't you do have a little time to recover from a mistake or something. If we look at the battle for the lead in the GT4 class here with the Japanese driver Zach Saunders, famous Japanese name, probably a sumo wrestler or something.
Maybe.
And then Jonathan Champagne is probably how that's pronounced. That actually sounds like a Louisiana name.
He might well be there as well. So we'll keep an eye out, see how they get on. But these guys are going to be battling out a Ford and a BMW side by side with AJ Johnson and Jaden Gosling. It's going to be a straight run. There's going to be a bit of a squeeze there from that Porsche of Gosling as he's trying to keep ahead of that AJ Johnson's BMW. They're going to be coming over the hill side by side. It's still a Porsche. The Porsche hasn't quite got the top end of the BMW. BMW should be able to go through. He doesn't. It's still side by side into the right hand out of the roller coaster. Now dropping down, and the Porsche manages to hold on. Great little battle there. I'm surprised the Porsche at the top end to quite do that BMW, to be honest, because it ain't famous for being speedy.
Well, they have kind of recently gotten a little bop in the power, and they've kind of bounced back into being one of the more preferred cars because of that. But you know, in all seriousness, though, the Porsche, it can be oh,
Jaden Gosling, I don't feel you are going to be a popular little master after that one. He squeezed him.
He definitely squeezed him for sure.
Yeah. And poor old AJ kind of moved over because he didn't really have much choice to. And unfortunately, that put him onto the grass. As I said, it's a run out of that grass. It's going to be very, very difficult. Levi Wolf got Ahmet tucked in right behind him at the moment. This is a 208 IR free against the 207-1. And Levi's going to try and hold on. Is he coming into the right hand of the roller coaster? Ahmet's gone too fast. You're going to miss that, darling, unfortunately. And Ahmet has basically overcooked it. Gone too fast. There's the Ahmet's view. And unfortunately, there was a grass waiting for her on the right hand side. Now through the right hand of the final corner, it's going to be a run up through that start finish line. She's sitting there at the moment in 5th place with Jacob Reed in 6th, tucked in behind in the Lamborghini. Still love the Lamborghini, great car. Unfortunately, not many people drive it in GT3s anymore. But Ahmet overdriving her ability or overdriving the car, Jim? Which one is it?
Oh no, she's overdriving the car, and she doesn't know the track at all. She literally put the first tire on this track about an hour ago, maybe.
That's long enough.
Yeah, no, it's all good, right? She
driving line works wonders.
Yeah, right.
If they're allowed to drive it, if they're allowed to drive it.
Unfortunately, she would never do that. She's actually quite a good driver. And by the way, she works for MotorMouth Broadcasting, and we're probably going to pull her into the booth a little later. She makes the wonderful track maps that we use, as you saw earlier. She makes those from scratch. She's a very, very talented person, and she's actually quite the driver. She's more of a Le Mans Ultimate driver, and in fact, she won a 24-hour race in the second split, racing 16 of the 24 hours herself. Yeah, she can be a beast, but she doesn't drive iRacing. She literally started driving iRacing because of making the track maps for us. And so she's like, oh, well, since I'm doing it, I might as well, start racing a little bit. So she has.
Okay.
Yeah, so
wow.
that's a Met story.
Well, let's see how Matt's going to get on here. It's going to be always tough. Sorry, Jim, carry on.
No, I was going to say, but this is also our best battle on track, as well. So.
Yeah, absolutely. You see them fighting out there again. Levi is under pressure. Don't leave that door open. Geez, son. Come on.
I think he wanted no part of that, to be honest with you. I think he's...
Oh, dude, that door was so wide, he literally could have got burgled.
Well,
and it was open that much.
He let the Lamborghini through, too, it looks like.
Yeah, the problem is once you go offline or once you get a little bit flustered, unfortunately, they're coming through, and the Lambo runs a little bit wide there of Jacob Reed. Chases down him at home, and Reed manages to hold on so far. Xavier Williams and Mark Prince, they were under half a second at one point, and now not. They're back out again to 7/10 there. But Cantwell was making his way forward, so is Cortez. Saunders still leading the GT4s, now by 1.1 seconds over Champagne. And Xavier Williams and Mark Prince come back together in that GT4 by herself. Queen says, I'm Lex in YouTube chat. I don't know, maybe, well, she's done 16 out of 24, so it wasn't by herself. Unless the car just sat in
it was not.
Hours.
It was not by herself. She took some, I think there was a couple of 2-hour stints that the other person did or something like that.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to keep the camera on him, but Jacob Reed is now, this battle right here is just hot and heavy, man. Levi Wolf is all over the back of Jacob Reed, which I have to say, that Lamborghini with that Marlboro livery on it is, I mean, that's a pretty sexy car, man.
Yeah, absolutely. It's looking good there. Don't forget, get your best liveries on as well. Recommendation for the broadcast: if you want to be spotted on the broadcast, give us something bright and beautiful to look at, because everybody remembers the bright and beautiful car.
I mean, it's true. I mean, it's...
Yeah, you can't argue, mate. It's true. They do. Yeah. You do remember the bright and beautiful machine. And it's easily recognizable as well, because you just turn around and go, oh, that's so-and-so, because he's in a bright yellow liveried machine. So, yeah, if you want to be recognized the most, put on the most brightest, beautiful livery you possibly can. And then that way, you will be seen the most on the broadcast. Jacob Reed still in fourth. Levi Wolf still tucked up behind, and Campwell there 8-9 seconds back after his earlier a little bit of a drama. And Matt Owens has gone into third, 3.6 seconds at the road. Yeah, and that is Alexander Cortez. I think he must have had drama. He was sitting in second place there, Jim. Did he have an incident?
I show nothing, but let me do a little digging here real quick.
Okay, we'll see if that is right, because we are only 11 minutes in, and I believe he was sat in second place.
Yeah,
so
there we go. I found it. It looks like it's going to be a couple of off-track situations here.
Into the left-hander off the circuit. Now is he going to go overcook it again? Oh no, he's going to be.
Oh, he's blinking.
Blinked out twice.
Yeah.
And unfortunately hit the wall. That's got to be a screen freeze of some sort. Blinked again.
Yeah.
Cortez, and again, I think that might have been some form of screen freeze. To go back to live pictures, 12 minutes left. 12 minutes left. Yeah, right. 12 minutes gone. 2 hours still on the clock, and these guys still battling it out. Xavier Williams, Mark Prince, and Alexander Cortez trying to come back through the field. There goes Cortez through that GT4. Past he goes, gets the job done at the same time. Cortez has got some recovering to do, Jim. How's he going to get on?
Well, I mean, we'll see. Again, long time, but it's going to be tough for him for sure. He's got his damage fixed up, though, I guess, and but this is awful early to burn your fast repair if he did. So it could be a situation where he's just feeling the damage out. But I guess it's he told him. I wonder if iRacing put him in the pits. You know. By the way, you know, you and I have talked about that on numerous occasions about the flag thing where they were supposed to pit you if your signal was weak and blinking out. Well, I saw it happen last night in a broadcast. That was the first time I've ever seen it in an actual broadcast. A guy who was running second in the race got benched because of his signal.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If it's turned on in the session, it will kick you back there into pit lane if you are having to blink too much. Cortez now goes and flies by Fabian with Champagne up the road chasing down Zach Saunders. So these guys continue to fight out. Kevin Nunn and Adam Jones having a battle down in 14th and 15th. Battle of the Mustang and the Mercedes. Let's see how these guys get on at the same time here, whether or not it's going to be the Mustang come through. Is it really a Mustang track, Jim? You know, they're not exactly the most nimble.
No, they're not. You know, and but they do have a lot of horsepower, and this place certainly can apply. There's plenty of room to apply the horsepower here. You got two massively pretty long, well, for lack of a better term, we'll call them straights. They're not exactly straight, but you know, even through the wiggly bits, most of that is wide open. So by the way, Adam Jones here, one of the administrators for the league, so you know, thanks to him for all he did to get this thing off the ground and running, and of course we're thrilled to be here, and he was the one that contacted us to bring us on board, so we certainly appreciate that. I'm probably going to need some explanation at some point in time about this duck livery thing he's got going on here. I'm trying to figure out what this is.
Yeah, I'm not too sure, but we'll go with it because it looks quite cool. The Mercedes had a slide coming out of the oak tree. Adam Jones goes through over on Kenneth Nunn. Unfortunately, Nunn there putting his tyres on the grass, and then causing that Mercedes to come and kick across the right-hand side of the circuit. On that one, I was talking about Met doing the 24 hours. Yeah, well, she didn't do it all by herself. There was 16 hours where she raced, and then 8 hours somebody else was doing it. Yeah. Just saying. Let's go X. Who is X? Let me know on that one. Bam 2188 because yeah.
This is good right here.
Oh, Jacob Reed in the Mercedes gets a bit of a slide in. He did hold on to it, but unfortunately did lose places there to Levi Wolf. Didn't lose a place to Campwell. Campwell's too far back, unfortunately for him, so he couldn't take opportunity of that one. But Levi Wolf,
that's very characteristic of the Lamborghini too. You know.
Yeah, but it's one of them cars that you either love or hate. It's kind of Marmite. this car, and I think that's the thing.
That is a very accurate description.
Yeah, you either love it or you hate it. If you can drive it, you're going to be absolutely amazing in it. If you can't drive it, it's like me driving the Audi. You know what I mean? I've got more open Bambi trying to ice skate, Jim, than I have trying to do this.
What's funny is Ahmet drives the Lamborghini in Le Mans Ultimate. That's her car. And I asked her why she, when she came over here, she didn't drive the Lamborghini. And, of course, anybody that knows, the Lamborghini and the Audi are the same chassis and engine. So, but she said the Audi was really her true love car, but it's not available in the Le Mans Ultimate, so she drives the Lamborghini. But so that's why she drives the Audi. And the problem is, essentially iRacing is phasing this car out. It's really, you don't see any setup shops making setups for it anymore or any of that kind of stuff. There's just nothing left.
My homie Xavier. Although the thing is for me, see, the way my brain works, because I'm British and we don't really think before we speak, there is let's go X. And then you got Xavier Williams from the X-Men in the wheelchair with a little tin hat on his head as well, the mind reader geezer. Xavier. Yeah, in the X-Men. Is it X-Men?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
well,
it is the X-Men.
I'm not a.
Where he's in the wheelchair.
I'm not a pop culture.
Oh my God, what am I working with? I'm working with an old man who don't even know who the X-Men is.
No, I do know.
Jim.
Of course, I know who the X-Men are. I just haven't seen a lot of X-Men movies, but there's plenty of other. I went and saw the new Mandalorian movie yesterday.
Shut up! Don't tell me I haven't watched it yet. I don't want to know.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone. I wouldn't do that. I enjoyed it. Yeah, thought it was good.
Good.
Speaking of Xavier, let's get him on camera there a little bit. Give him a little shot.
Charles Xavier, Professor X, he's known as in the X-Men movies. So that was where my comparison was. I told you, I don't know why or how my brain thinks like that at all. Home is in the pit lane at this moment in time. I'm not quite sure if she's had more drama as well, but it's quite early there, unless we're back to live pictures, because it seems to have a replay logo going on in the top left. So let's see if we can get this back.
Let's see what happened to her real quick here.
Yeah, there is a Matt, unfortunately. Very stationary, the Jim and that bottom camera. So let's see what goes on. Oh, darling, you dived. You've dived. There's grass. Lots of grass. Still grass. That's the second time Annette has gone and seen the grass. Definitely getting her money's worth.
Based on the way her camera is right there, she had a screen freeze.
Yeah, I would say so too.
That's what it was, because that literally she's sharing her screen there. And so she had a screen freeze and hit the guy in the back. Unfortunately, and she has a pretty snazzy computer, she has had quite a bit of freeze issues recently with iRacing, and it's very frustrating for her. She had the same kind of thing last night, and she had to drop out of a race. So this guy here, Kevin Nunn, got him a Dungeons and Dragons livery on the car. Were you a Dungeons and Dragons person?
The cartoon I watched when I was a kid.
You didn't play the game, though?
Not really. On that one.
What am I working with here?
Well, give over. You don't even go there. Don't even start with me on that one. At the end of the day, no. Just no. Jimbo, don't try and throw me under the bus, son. Let's not start this one off early on a Saturday evening. Well, 9:30 for me, but
yes, not that early for you. Again, thank you for giving up your Saturday evening, especially the day after your lovely wife's birthday.
Well, she's put pillows on the sofa, Jim. I'm not entirely sure what that means. I guess that could be where I'm ended up.
She's setting it up for when you get off the broadcast so you can go cuddle, or could be you and the dog on the couch tonight.
Maybe. Justin S. in Discord has posted a picture. He's sat in what looks like a caravan or some form of camper van, watching the broadcast on the TV. So fair play. I don't know where you are, but your signal's blinking good if you can sit and watch that wherever you're camping. So Justin, if you're in YouTube chat, let me know whereabouts you are.
You might have Starlink or something, you know.
Yeah, maybe on that one. Xavier Williams is going with David Shreve as well. We've lost Jonathan Champagne. Jimbo, what's actually happened to him? But he is out and plummeting down the order quite rapidly.
I don't know. This thing is not showing any incidents whatsoever. Did he just? Oh, he's gone. This is a signal issue. He's out of the session.
Oh, we
Yep,
lost somebody there as well, which is not handy.
Issue.
It's getting lower and lower. I lost 3 drivers at the bottom. Kevin Nunn, Ahmet and Matthew Cock, who didn't take to the start. So
Kevin Nunn just had an incident with
goes.
the Dungeons and Dragons car. Just
Off he goes.
pulled it over and parked it.
For that.
Man, well, I tell you what, I don't know if these people are American or not, but the ones that are, we'll go back to live pictures here. Right now, we are having some horrific thunderstorms moving across the south of the United States. I mean, we've had some, I was honestly quite worried. See, we're dropping people left and right here.
I do wonder whether or not this might be a session issue rather than a driver issue.
That's true. The way it's happening, it might be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, we are having some horrific storms. In fact, I almost sent you the project file and was going to kind of run like a picture-in-picture with you or something just in case. That way, you know, we could flip the broadcast off of your computer that way and do it if it came to that. I was a little worried, but I saw a nice gap in the storms. But yeah, there's some really, really bad thunderstorms moving across the bottom half of the United States right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see how these guys get on. Hopefully we'll hold the 14 drivers we have got for the next hour and 38 minutes. It's going to be a long race if we keep losing drivers here.
Yes.
So let's hope we don't. Jim, it's going to be a difficult one if we get down to 10 or less.
Yeah, it certainly makes it tough when the field shrinks a little bit. But by the way, guys, this is the first race of this series. It's the start of it all, and there's no entry fees or anything like that. Really great group of guys over and guys and gals over here, beginner friendly, all of those things. If you fancy yourself doing some endurance racing, look them up. You know, there's the Discord information is here in the logos. It's obviously Grid Up Sim Racing. Should be pretty easy to find. Sign yourself up. Come race some races with them.
Absolutely. That would be ideal. That's what you want to do, guys, as well. I think Champine's back in the race.
Good.
I believe. So that's one more we've gained. Go Michael Odell, says Tim Odell online in YouTube chat. You must be related to Tim. Let me know which way round it is on that one.
The person in the picture, from what I can see, I'm guessing a dad or a brother, which probably could have done that without the picture. You know, I'm sharp like that, though.
That's very presumptuous of you.
Well, it is, yes.
Well, you know, it's not.
See, you're even struggling to come up with something else.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Stop throwing me under the bus, will you? You know what I mean? Leave me alone. It's late. I'm tired. I've got coffee already.
That is true. So I like the little Zippo livery there. I'm assuming I'm sure you have Zippos in Europe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would think so.
Tim says dad, actually.
Yeah. I figured that. I just didn't want to be insulting because it could have been a brother, you know. So, well, give us a little insight there. So, how old is young Mr. Odell?
I don't know.
No, I'm asking him to share some information with us.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were asking me. I ain't got a clue, mate. I ain't got a clue. Fabian Schreier and Williams are having a nice little bit of a ding-dong, Jim.
They are, yeah.
One worth picking up and having a look at.
Well, I was on them. That's when we were talking about the Zippo car, but I wanted to go show Michael Odell since we were interacting with his father there. Oh, little body check there.
Oh, free goes. Is he going to hold that line on the inside? Xavier Williams going side by side at the moment in time with Davey Shreve.
Oh, nice.
Then Williams comes out on top as they go into the left hook. Harvard turns free, then into the 4. And then, don't ask me why we've got 4A and 4B, ladies and gentlemen. But we do. because, you know, we love it. And
Americans are
5A.
creative. You know why they do that? Though?
Creative.
No, the reason they do that is they've added a corner to a little bit of a chicane bit to slow the cars down after the track was already numbered. So then they just make it 4A and 4B so that, you know, because they added the corner after. That's why they do that. It's just like 10A and 10B at Road Atlanta. Back in the day, that wasn't there. That was just a straight shot over the hill right there, which was absolutely fabulous back then. I wish it was still like that, except for the cars are so fast now they'd probably get airborne through there.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Why didn't they just extend the numbers? You know, go instead of it being turn 7, it would be turn 9.
You can do that?
Why put an A or a B? Of course you can. Look at Spa. Spa's changed more names than a blinking...
Yes,
oh, I'm glad
that's because
I've
it's
been politically
names,
correct here. Yeah, but it ain't the point. You can still change the corner numbers, just add one. Look, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 corners. Look, listen, I'm not being rude, but they put that as turn 18. Come on. This is not turn 18. This is, I don't know what it is. Anyway,
it is funny that they will count some kinks, but then they don't count other kinks. You know?
That's the thing.
Yeah, no, I know.
Annoying.
I was just really having some fun with you. But so, did you read that in chat about Michael Odell? He is
24, apparently. Been racing since 2010 kart SCCA SRF3. Last 2 seasons making his IMSA MX5 Cup debut in 2 weeks at Mid-Ohio.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, good stuff. MX5 Cup, you know about that? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I'm an expert. As long as
but
that's
no,
an
seriously,
MX5
though,
at Martinsville
that's,
going round in circles.
That's freaking awesome, man. That's so cool. And I mean, clearly he's got some skills. He's got him a comfortable 6.5 second lead here, so almost almost 7 seconds.
Yeah, what have we got? Jaden Gosling just went in pit lane.
That's a good question.
Thank you.
Left pit lane, went off track. Yeah, so apparently several off tracks.
Ooh, there we go. Unfortunately for Jaden Gosling in that Porsche, is it the back end coming round to the front? Or will I be completely shocked and it won't be the back end coming round the front? Oh no, it'll be the grass, unfortunately for Jaden Gosling.
Yeah, but there's bound to be more to this.
More, yeah. Absolutely there as well.
Yeah, I'm just going to let it ride. I'm going to let it ride here for a second because there's got to be more than that to cause him to go to the pits unless he just decided to pit. No, he's moving on.
Jim, I drove 22 and a half out of 24 hours, says Amet in YouTube chat. Why are you out of the race, Amet? What happened?
No,
let me know.
I guarantee you she had a screen freeze for sure.
Okay, well, let me see what happens. Shush, Jim, let me just... You've got to ask the interaction, Jim.
Okay, yes, that's right. Yes.
All right. Yeah,
you interact.
Yeah, I'm trying to interact. We'll get you back to live pictures very, very shortly.
Well, I'm
Sean's
trying to
YouTube chat. What's up, Ben?
Here.
And Tim, I'm biased. But he's such a good driver, absolutely. On that one, there's a black flag for Jaden Gosling as well. Somebody's got a penalty, unfortunately, for Jaden. Gabe Wilmouth is also in the pits. I'm hoping this might be a regular stop, Jim, but I thought 60% would have taken them a little bit further.
This would be just on the early side, probably a lap or two. I would say. Let's see. Let me look at. It was as far as timing wise, it was a normal pit stop. So, yeah, I would say this is probably just on the early end of that.
Oh, Matt, a GT4 clipped my front end for some reason and my left front tire detached. The way we saw it, you ran into the back of it. Unless you had another incident we didn't see, but you ran into the back of the GT4, and I think your front tyre may have detached at that point. Just saying, unless, as I said, there was another incident that we didn't see, Jim, maybe we can have a find it and see on that one. Odell was always towards the front in the league, excited to watch his MX5 debut, says Matthew Cott. Matt, what happened to you? You were supposed to be racing, weren't you? What happened to you? Or are you taking over and you've registered something? What's gone on there, Matt? Because some drama's taking shape clearly. And
I think that
we
was
lost it.
something to do with the team that had a problem with the registering. They registered as individuals or something.
Yeah. On that one, they were super wide before they went back in line, and I didn't expect it, so I ran into the. Yeah, you ran into the back of them. Yeah, you did. On that one.
Did she say she did? No, sorry.
Yeah, she did in YouTube chat. She said she went and ran into the back of them.
Why it's not letting me pull this up for some reason.
No worries. Let's go back live and see how we get on. The drivers are starting to get a little bit spread out, guys. I did wonder if this would happen. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't happen, but it does look like it has happened, unfortunately. So you may get a little bit of a podcast going on for the next, 20 minutes or so. Zach Zonder's pit exit. Jaden Gosling's still carrying that black flag. Not quite sure entirely why, but he has carried the black flag from Jaden Gosling from earlier on as well. Ahmet is the only winner in my eyes. Oh, Lex, what are you sucking up for? You're giving her an apple. You know, what's going on? It's your family. Lex, do we not know about it or something? Come on, let us know on that one as well. I wish I had you, Lex, cheering me on when I was driving. You make me feel so much better as well with your compliments. It's amazing.
I've been looking for it here. No, that's not the answer.
All right, Matthew Cock has jumped into the interview booth. I'm going to pull in Matt and have a word with him to find out why he didn't take to the start. Matt, what happened, bud?
Howdy, boys. It's exactly as he said earlier. I had a partner in line. His kiddo ended up getting sick, so he canceled out on me. And I haven't been racing as much lately, so I didn't want to take on the full 2 hours by myself. I'm not quite as good as Omet.
Dude,
well,
I wouldn't have lasted 2 hours.
At this point, she's sitting on the side as well, so.
Yeah, she's in pit lane, mate. You're both doing the same job at the moment, Matt. I wouldn't have lasted 2 hours either, dude. I would have had to run a toilet at some point. You know what I mean? I'm old. This is the way it works. So what's the plan then, Matt? Are you looking for another teammate, or are you gonna hope that you're gonna get into the next one? What's the situation?
I will probably be in the next one. So my teammate is my brother, actually. He goes by Megatron on the channel. Yes, my brother. I know.
Why did he let you down? What happened to him?
No, I don't blame him.
Was he dying in hospital?
He had a sick kid.
Yeah, sick kid, yeah.
Oh, a sick kid. I thought you said he got sick.
No, his kid.
No. He's got a sick kid, so I'll give him a little. I'll give him a little leeway on this one.
No, that's the moment your wife takes over. Listen, darling, I've got a race. He's being sick. Get on with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That there is the reason there's pillows on the couch tonight. There you go. Sums it up.
No, you're the reason there's blinking pillows on the couch tonight, Jim. That's fair enough then. I'm sorry if you're watching Matt's brother on that one. On that. Oh, well, dude. Listen, so what do you think? What do you think of the series? You know, you've joined it. It's underway. We are starting to lose drivers, making it a little bit difficult. How do we think we can boost what we've got already and get above the 20 mark?
It is. I mean, normally we have a league on Sunday nights, and this is kind of what has happened occasionally on league. Every race, though, we get a good 15 to 20 drivers lately, and it's been solid. I guess the first race, maybe some jitters with some drivers, finding a partner, stuff like that. It's challenging. But I've been a part of this Grid Up gang, I guess, for a couple years now. We started in Gran Turismo, moved over to iRacing here, I want to say 3 years ago, and been just challenging it up ever since.
So, if I said to you, pick a sim, Matt, what would you pick? You know, if you've done LMU, you've done AC, if you've done iRacing, R Factor, and everything else, as we just look at Mark Skrinjug, who's taken over that machine there as well. He's having a bit of a battle with Gabe Wilmoth. And 2 seconds, Matt, and I'll get with you, as these two are fighting out through the roller coaster at the moment. And it does look like Marco, unfortunately, I'm not going to try and pronounce your name again, because I think I've just messed up your surname. Just unfortunately got it wrong. Go on.
Yeah, Marco goes by Babbo. We call him Babbo.
Okay.
Babbo. I'm not sure that's any easier than Skrudnig.
Yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, if I gave you a choice of simulators, Matt, out of all of them, you know, there's a few of them around. Which one would you prefer to be driving in?
I bounce around, honestly, because I don't like to get stuck in one. But I bounce around between LMU. Yeah, exactly. I bounce around between LMU, a little bit of AC Evo recently, and iRacing mainly.
So which one would you say was the best?
that's challenging because the hypercars in LMU are just leagues above iRacing's hypercars, in my opinion.
Above, yes.
Yes, exactly. But the GT3s might have a might be slightly better in iRacing. I don't know.
Matt, if you sit on the fence anymore, mate, you're gonna have splinters.
But he's pretty accurate, man. I mean, LMU
Jim,
is blowing up, though. You know, people don't.
It
realize
is. I mean, I'm excited for LMU.
So am I.
It's huge to see.
That's my driving sim of choice now. When I do get the opportunity to drive, I do most of my driving in LMU as we see this little battle here getting hot and heavy into turn one with I believe that's that's the leader right behind him.
Robertson Price, Robertson Price there. Unfortunately, Michael O'Dell is in this mixture. They have given way from the angry rooster. Has unfortunately not been set on fire by the Zippo car.
You don't know what that is?
Mate, I'm from the UK.
Well,
dude, what are you talking about? What do you think? I don't even know what it is. Of course, I'm not going to know what it is.
No, it's the.
What is it?
It's the Thrusher. They make exhaust and headers and stuff for race cars. That's their logo.
Okay, well, Jim, the fresh bit out of what you said means something completely different in the UK.
What, Thrusher?
Let's just put it that way.
What is
the first bit. Not the ER, the first bit.
Oh, does it?
Yes, the first bit means something completely different. It means you have to go to the
doctors. Is it a dirty
doctors.
word?
No, it just means you have to go to the doctors. Let's just put it that way. All right, and only females can have it. All right, so, you know, come on, give me a break there as well. As these guys carry on fighting out now. All right, Matt. Well, I'll let you off the hook because Jim's telling me not to push you for an answer, which is your best simulator. So
we're good. We're good.
I'll give you a break though.
I'm pretty sure he would say Le Mans Ultimate just based on.
Well, I've never ever driven in LMU. I've downloaded it, I've got it, and unfortunately the steering wheel's got more dust on it because I haven't driven forever. So I haven't driven in LMU.
Actually, that's not the Thrush logo. Never mind. Sorry, I got distracted.
So you get it right.
Yeah,
you're having a go at me. You don't even know what it is.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
We'll give you a little leeway. I think the rooster and the duck might have something in common. You saw the duck earlier.
Yes, we were trying to figure out what the duck was too. I'm gonna get to the bottom of all this as the series moves forward.
Yes, bring in Bomber at some point. He'll explain, or Adam Jones, I guess. Bring in Adam Jones, and he'll kind of explain the duck.
Well, we'll do that a little bit later on, mate. We're going to let them try and get this settled down. They're going to get their first pit stops out of the way first as well. Champagne, who's recovered earlier on from his disconnect, is now just got past AJ Johnson in the BMW. Matt, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having a chat with you, brother. And I will let you go, and I will catch up with you soon, no doubt.
All right, Jim,
JP,
thank
next
you.
Round.
Yep, we'll see you guys.
Oh, anybody you want to shout out, mate, before I let you go?
His brother.
Shout out to Brandon, my brother. He goes by Megatron on here. Also, shout out to Michael O'Dell. Like I said, we're all excited to see him hop in an MX-5 and bang doors with the rest of them.
All right, Bob. Have you got a wife, Mrs.?
I do, yes. I've got 2 kids, one on the way.
Now might be a good time to shout them out, mate, because I've seen plenty of relationships fall apart with the wife not being shouted out.
Yes, shout out to my wife and my 2 boys, plus one on the way. So
there you go. Look, I covered it all. Don't worry, Matt. I got you back, brother. Right, son. I'll catch you later on. Take care.
Thanks, Blyce.
Take care. Oh, dearie me.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm excited for this Michael O'Dell guy. I want to watch him make his debut now. I'm going to look up the MX-5 race when he makes his debut.
Well, it's an easy one to sort out, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's where Connor Zilch came from, which I know you don't watch a lot of NASCAR, but, Connor Zilch has won the 24 Hours of Daytona now, and at least once.
I do watch NASCAR.
Well, I mean, he almost won the championship last year in the Xfinity Series. He just missed it, barely missed it last year. He's one of the hottest drivers in all of NASCAR right now.
Absolutely. That one. Tim, drop us the link for when the race is, buddy. I'm in the Discord, or you can drop it to Jim, either one of us, and we'll post it in YouTube chat and we'll be able to have a look. Bam's there. I'm chilling, bro. Out here supporting the homie, I hope you're safe out there. I'm all right, mate. I don't know if you're talking to me, but I'm filled. I directed at me, so I'm pretty good. Why are most people in the Mustang? In the GT4s? Well, maybe because they think it's the best car. Yeah, best car, and got loads of horses behind it. unfortunately. Jaden Gosling's got a meatball in pit lane. He's now 4 laps down. We've lost Kevin Nunn. We've lost Amet. And, of course, we just heard what happened to Matt out there as well. Good luck to your brother, by the way. I was only playing on that one. Hope he's well. Or, yeah, I hope one of
Kids
them
well, yes.
Kids well, yeah. So there we go. That would be
By the way,
absolutely amazing.
For Omet's fans out there, she will be the producer, as always, for tonight's I2I Motorsports O'Reilly Series Championship. That will be...
That's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, I2I Motorsports, and it's the O'Reilly Series. Yes, it is a mouthful. But she is she's the regular producer on that broadcast, and she will be covering that tonight with the regular commentators there. So if you're a big Omet fan and you want to go in and support her, you feel free to jump in there. You can chat with them in the chat as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Kevin Todd and AJ Johnson has come back together further down the order. This is a BMW and the Mustang. As they go up in through the S's at this moment in time. 42 minutes down, ladies and gentlemen. An hour and 18 left on the clock as these guys going to fight through it. In through the right-hander, 9. Then coming down into South Bend. It's still the Mustang out in front. Maybe get their speeds coming up through the back straight, Jim. That would be absolutely ideal. In through South Bend. Now the Oak Tree, the right-hander, on board with Johnson in the Mustang. Watch the bottom right-hand corner, guys, as well. I'm going to be topping an estimate north of 150, maybe a little bit more. That Mustang is not the most nimble. In fact, some people would call it a brick on wheels, and it didn't get out of the Oak Tree very, very well. You see on the right-hand side, we're in 5th gear. 128, 29, 30, 34, 36, 38. 40. Are we going to hit 150 in the GT4 before we're going to go hard on the brakes? Oh, yeah. He has hit 150. Now is 153 and a little bit, Jim. I was almost off.
Yeah, I tell you what, since they came out with that new package for the GT4, I guess it's been a couple seasons now, maybe 6 months or so, they took away some downforce on the cars, which made them a little tougher to drive, but it also made them a little quicker down the straightaways and stuff because they're
side by side.
Yes.
2 seconds. They're side by side at the moment down that front stretch. You just see that car pop out in the corner. I think the BMW is going to have it though. Kevin Todd has run a little bit wide. He had to slow the car down. Now he's a 1.5 back there, Jim. One simple mistake like running a little bit wide and your car's done for, and you're now a 2.5 back. He's going to have to go again. I'm sure he's not going to be the most happiest bunny about that.
Grumpy Duck Racing. Yeah, we've got it. So this is obviously the partner to Adam Jones, who was in the car earlier. Apparently they are, as he said, a little less experienced than some of the guys in the field, obviously.
Absolutely. But still, racing is racing. On board with Matty Roberts and Prince. Gabe Wilmoth's just got himself a slowdown. Managed to get that off. I think that might have been a hit sudden the brakes there as well, because he's just got 1.1 and dropped straight back. Mark Prince, Matty Roberts, Prince there in that Zippo machine. Down into the right-hander at turn 1. Is he going to be able to make it through? Oh, he's run wide. Matty Roberts has run wide. That's allowed Prince to go through. Joys of the Mustang, Jim.
Yeah, well, and turn 1 at VIR is famous for sending you out wide there. You're carrying so much speed through there, and it's such a flat, almost off-camber turn almost, So it's tough to get the car wound up enough there to get it to turn.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately.
You can see the car in the back. That broke his rhythm too. You can see he is right now. He's struggling. You could tell he was out of rhythm going through that section there. And, we talked about it earlier. You said it's so hard to get back on track if you run off here, man. These high-speed wiggly bits like this, you're carrying so much speed, man, that if you get an off track at this place, it's like you said, deadly, because you're really going so fast.
Absolutely. Right, ladies and gentlemen, Tim O'Dell's posted the YouTube chat. Tim, I want to ask something as well. Is this the same IMSA MX500 that didn't make it across the line, or the MX5, sorry, that didn't make it across the line in Daytona without having one of the most mightiest wrecks I've ever seen in my entire life. Is that the same series that Michael is in? Because if so, just get across the start line and he'll win the race, because everybody else just went and crashed. I don't know if anybody's seen it, but these MX-5s at Daytona went over the line, and I barely think they made 10 meters over the line, and they had one of the most spectacular crashes I've ever seen in my life. They talk about NASCAR and the big one. Well, let's just say they had a big one, and it was a big one. Marco is under pressure from Gabe Wilmoth. Had that slow down earlier on. Marco there in the Corvette, Gabe in the Porsche, dropping back a second. Connor Deasley and Cortez are also fighting out for second place in the race. So we'll see how they get on. Same series. Oh dear, Tim. Let's hope he just gets to actually get over the. Let's hope he gets over the line. If he gets over the line at the beginning of the race, he should win. I don't know if you saw that, Jim, but he had the most spectacular incident I've ever seen in my life. It was absolutely epic.
In fact, one of the females that was involved in that incident races in another league that I cover, and so I watched it, seen it several times because she had posted it on her Instagram and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely, and it was absolutely
crazy.
Epic.
But yeah, that series has produced some amazing drivers. Like I said, Connor Zilch has run in that series, and I mean, I don't know how many NASCAR races he's won now. It's in the Xfinity Series last year. I think he won like 7 races or something in the last year or so, and then he won the 24 Hours of Daytona, I know, once in, I think in a prototype, like well, I'm not sure. But he's raced it a couple times. He's won it at least once. He may have won it twice, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone in the series is hungry with a capital H. Well,
that's true.
We normally say you can't win it on lap 1, but you definitely can lose it. And I think there was about 20 on MX-5s that did definitely lose that race.
So, Tim, a question for you. Did Michael get a sponsored ride, or is this a deal that that y'all came up with?
Paid ride.
That sponsor meaning that somebody footed the whole bill, or is it somebody you brought to the table as a personal sponsor that got him into the series? Because that's kind of where most of the guys in that series come from, is they go out and hustle their own sponsorship, and then they go race,
Well, I can tell you now, the racing my boy does in drag racing in the UK, he does junior drag bike racing, we have approached loads of companies here in the UK, and we cannot get a single sponsor.
Yeah,
nobody in the UK is getting anything at the moment, and it's so hard here in the UK to get sponsors. So if anybody out there is a big company and wants to sponsor my son's junior drag bike, that would be absolutely amazing.
Right.
I'm just putting it out there. Free advertising, Jim. Shush. Hold on a minute.
No, I'm with you.
So if anybody out there as well wants to sponsor my son's drag bike, hit me up, because he does junior drag bike racing. He's in a Yamaha 125. He goes about 70 miles an hour, and he's only 15 as well. So the bike looks absolutely amazing. But if anybody does, hit me up. Let me know.
70 miles an hour.
He does go 70 miles
kilometers.
No, he'll be. I don't know what the transfer rate is from miles an hour to kilometers, but he goes 70 miles an hour. As Gabe Wilmoth is going to have a go. Is he on this one? Nope. He's just got that corner wrong. Unfortunately, that is the end of Wilmoth's challenge over Marco there. That one mistake going into the right-hander. Unfortunately, just got it all wrong here as well. So, yeah, not bad there as well. Been back stateside for about half a year now. I'm doing good, says Sean as well. What do the winners get, and how does this work exactly? Well, they get points.
There are points. I don't know if there are separate. There are car points, so that can be earned, and then there are driver points separate from that.
Yep.
As far as prizes,
let me run through it. I've got it on my screen at the moment. So the separate team and driver points going from 100 down to 50. So it's 195, 90, 85, 80, 75, 72, 69, 66, 63, 60, all the way down the order. Then you get scaling point penalty towards the team for not having 2 drivers in the race. This does not apply to driver points. 1 race, no penalty. 2nd race, 5 points. 3rd race, 10. 4th race and each race after is minus 20. Minus 1 point for every 10 incident points, plus 1 for class pole, class fastest lap, and the fewest exits in class. So there's also points there that you get top 5 points. You get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, top 10, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11 to 20. You get points in behind that as well. So there's a lot going on in this championship with points. I don't really get completely how this pans out after the first race. We'll have more of a better idea on that one. Don't forget, this is our first broadcast with this league, and this is the league's first broadcast with us. So everything's still a little bit up in arms. The league's still obviously fairly new on that one, and it's still sort of getting all of its bits and pieces together of the puzzle. So bear with us. After the first race, we'll have a better way the point system works. We'll have an up-to-date list of drivers and teams, so we can tell you who's sharing what car with who. As we know, Matthew's sharing with his brother. So there's a lot going on, all right? So just bear with us on this one. We'll get everything up to date for you in race 2, and I'm sure Ewan and Jim will bring you an absolute up-to-date points list, and those guys will be able to update you on how it works. But at the moment, there's points as well, and obviously the winners out of this thing at the same time and what they get, and go from there. All right? I hope that helps, Sean. Anything I missed, Jim?
No, well, just this battle here. They're still nose to tail here. You probably haven't seen this latest little...
Oh, well, that was over and done with. That battle did take shape until Marco ran wide, unfortunately.
Yes, indeed.
And that is the end of that one. So Marco's going to have to come back. Adam here to see how he gets on, whether or not he can catch Gabe Wilmoth in up through the S's. That Porsche there, battling away in through the second section of the S's once more, as they go in through 7, 8A, 8B, and 9, because, you know, there we go. Matty there, thanks for the interview. No worries, buddy, it was a pleasure. Say, I hope your brother's okay, or your brother's child's okay. Oh, there goes the Porsche. Gabe Wilmoth is around. I believe the grass may have played a part in that one, Jim.
Yeah, I believe it did. In fact, we're going to, give me a second here, put that off the screen. See if we can that real quick.
No. So you can get a replay up for you on this one. What happened to Gabe Wilmoth, but it was a little bit messy, and I got a funny feeling that right wheel was oh my god, the right rear wheel touched the grass, and unfortunately it was game over.
What happened? 1 second. This thing is
On
frozen.
that one.
Typical SDK. So good. No, he caught the curb a little bit, but he did. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a heck of a job of saving that, because that car was flying right there when he had that incident. So that, wow. Yeah, no, just just kind of power slid it through there and lost it. That is such a high-speed area, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. We are bringing a sponsor for some of the cost. Michael works 8 hours a week as an EMT to make up the full cost. He got invited to the test with JTR Engineering last November after 2 consecutive Grand Slams at Mid-Ohio last year. Well, that's absolutely amazing, Tim, that you managed to bring in a sponsor, dude. As I say, it is not easy at the moment with the current climate for any company to be issuing out money, unfortunately. I even approached my own company that I work for, and unfortunately they couldn't do it either. The budget is that tight. So yeah, very tough at the moment to get any sponsorship for any form of racing. So fair play to you for bringing somebody on board. Jim, I'm a little bit worried. We've spread out quite a lot.
We have, yeah. We've had a few little battles pop back up, but then you know, one thing or another, like the little off track or whatever, has caused them to separate. I think that they're, as you know, these can kind of run cycles. They'll separate and then they'll kind of come back together, and we certainly are going to have some more pit stops based on the calculations that I'm doing. We should have two more pit stops, so I guess even maybe for these GT4s 3 additional pit stops.
Yeah, maybe. As
In
Michael
fact,
Adele's
they should be
come up
pitting pretty soon.
There he goes on the inside, going to get the job done over that Zippo machine. And through he goes for Michael Odell. 1 hour, 5 minutes left on the clock. A lot of drivers driving around on their Todd at this moment in time. You can see on the track map on the right hand side, they're very, very spread out. Second place has just gone through the oak tree and is making his way out the back straight. 11th in GT4, Matthew Roberts is in front of him. So it would be interesting to see if he can catch him before he gets in there. I don't think he's going to. I think this could be a catch going down through the roller coaster, coming through the hog pen in the final corner, unfortunately for him. But let's see how he gets on. He did catch him there. He did catch him. Don't do it. Don't do it. No, wait. You're in second place, Connor. You got nothing to lose. Now go. He's left you the door. Off you go, Sunshine. Ooh. That Mustang on the grass got a little bit wiggly from the curb. And through he goes on that one. So patience, Jim. That's all they need to do is patience.
Yeah, and especially the way this thing's spread out like this. There's just no need to push it that hard. You know, I mean, you're going to jeopardize yourself and potentially the slower traffic that you're getting around. I mean, there's no battle on the track that you right now that you can't afford to give up a couple tenths to wait to get around somebody. You know.
Yeah, that's it. At the end of the day, you've still got an hour to go, so you know, it is what it is. They've just got to be patient, I think, as Jonathan Champagne is in pit lane. Here is the press release. Go for it, son. Where is it? I'm waiting. To be known for their skill, let's have a look. A chance to be great, to be known for the skills. I think some races they win actually money. Oh, nice. Says Bam in YouTube chat. Are we talking about this series, Bam? Or are we talking about real life? I'm so confused on that one. 8 hours a week is crazy. A normal week for me caps at around 60. Yeah, I think everybody's different on that one. You know, that's the thing. The problem is obviously so if the UK over here, because we pay tax straight away on our earnings, we do more than 25 hours a week, 25 hours a month overtime, and the tax man, well, he knocks on my door and gives me a flowers and says thank you very much for the money. Let's just put it that way, because it's absolutely bonkers, the tax rate over in the UK at this moment in time. So it might be easier, a little bit easier in the US, and you might
even
walk away
here
with more
though,
money.
once you start getting into that overtime, a lot of times it'll jump you up to a different tax bracket, and they take a good portion of it, you know. But I would say anybody that's if you've got the passion to race, there, you know, that it's a drive in people that they would pretty much do anything to be able to race. And 80 hours a week may seem extreme, but you know, the reality is if you want to race bad enough, that's the kind of stuff that you have to do to, you know, to get yourself seen, you know.
That is it, absolutely. There as well. 8 hours a week is crazy.
As you are well aware of, you're out there spending that hard-earned money of yours to keep your son racing. You know, I mean, it's tough.
That is tough. It is very tough, especially when you blow an engine in a drag bike and you're 500 quid at least out of pocket before you even got to buy a new one. So touch wood, that hasn't happened to us yet. But you know, let's see. There as people coming down, that's the GT3 overtaking a Mustang of Zach Saunders, who's leading the GT4 class, I believe, by about 46 seconds.
Yeah, he is.
Currently.
47, yeah.
Yeah, 47 seconds there for Zach Saunders, the man from, where was he from? Japan, apparently, which is very interesting.
I'm curious about that. If we get an interview with him after, we're going to have to figure that. It'd be funny if he was full-on Japanese, you know, but that's just his name.
Yeah, maybe. On that, I doubt very much.
Yeah,
if anybody wants to have a bet, is Zach Saunders Japanese? Yes or no in YouTube chat. And tell me what you think as he goes up through the S's, leading the GT4 class. Just breaking in to the final hour, ladies and gentlemen, before we go racing for the final hour. Seeing how these guys get on as well. Wilmoth's on the lights. Yeah, you're not entitled to flash, Sunshine. The rules tell you that car's got to hold the line. It's down to you to make the move and make it cleanly, otherwise you get in penalty, big boy. So there we go. I'm military, so sadly I don't get overtime. I can definitely respect working those hours to support someone's dream. Mate, it's bonkers. I've done like a full week's overtime, so I do 40 hours a week, and I've done another full week on top of that of overtime, just to try and get my son racing on his drag biking, and it is very tough. It is tough, especially when you can't get sponsorship. It is absolutely bonkers there as well. No, Saunders is not from Japan, says Matty Cock. I didn't think so, Matt. But SDK has picked up that his iRacing profile must have a Japanese flag next to it, Jim.
Yeah, that's who knows why, but you know, like a lot of guys just put all kinds of crazy flags up there. They got a couple of there's guys in different series that I've called that run the Antarctica flag. That's my favorite one. You know, it's like 50 people in Antarctica. And you know, you got that many running the Antarctic flag on iRacing.
Yeah, I think that makes it the fact that you could just change it as well. So there you go. Reap is from Ohio, so he's American. But there we go.
Well, that mystery is now solved.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So there we go. Fair play on that one. As these guys continue to drive around the circuit, unfortunately, guys, we can't bring you a lot because there ain't a lot going on. All right.
We do have two of these Zippo cars, though. I guess that was the two guys that were supposed to be potentially driving the same car and end up having to solo because of the team registry thing.
I think so, yeah. I think that might have been the issue on that one. So there we go. As we go into the final hour. Jim, how's this going to work out, son? I'm a little bit scared.
I don't know, man. I'm hoping that some pit stops and things like that will get them back together, and we get a little on track action instead of following solo cars around and having a podcast.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, guys. Let us know what you've been up to today in YouTube chat.
You know what? If Adam Jones is out there, you should come down and visit us in the booth here, and you can tell everybody watching what your because we do have quite a few viewers out there actually. Kind of what your goals and plans are with this league moving forward, because to me it seems like a great spot to get into doing some real endurance racing. Most of the stuff you see in leagues and iRacing are short events, an hour or less, and this seems to me like it's a great opportunity to get your feet wet in some longer endurance races.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do it solo. I'd love to enter. Well, one, I'd suck, so I'd be in the GT4, and I don't actually know what GT4s I possess, to be blatantly honest. On that one,
I can't drive them since that update about 6 months ago. I struggle in them bad.
Oh, I got the McLaren. Apparently, is the only GT4 I own. Funny enough, for a man that don't drive, I've got a lot of GT3s, Jim.
Shocking, yeah, me too. I think I own every one of them.
I've got Ferrari, the Mercedes, the McLaren, the GT3 BMW, the Ford Mustang GT3, and the Corvette GT3.
And you don't even drive. And then when you do drive, it's usually not even GT3s.
I know. That's what makes it.
It's like Formula 4s or something,
Yeah, I'm normally in the F4 or running around a NASCAR because I think I can be as well. So there we go. But yeah, I'll be in the McLaren if I was to drive, partly because my iRating sucks as well, ladies and gentlemen. On that one, as these guys continue to let me know what you did today, guys, as well. Did anybody get up to anything exciting that I need to know about? That would be absolutely amazing. I was at my daughter's birthday, and then I went for a barbecue with a father-in-law and stuffed myself with steak, Jim. It was lovely.
You're killing me right now, okay?
Why?
Because I would like to have some steak.
Oh, I had a wicked steak roll with onions and cheese and Jack Daniel's barbecue sauce, and it was, Jim, it just melted in my mouth. It was absolutely spliffing. That's right. Then closely I followed it by some cheeseburgers after as well. So yeah, I mean, I had a bit of a meat. Mate, my son who's 15, dude, he must be in a meat coma upstairs by now. He had 2 burgers, sausages, bacon, a steak, pork chops, and a piece of chicken. The kid's got to be in a meat coma there as well. So there you go. I personally struggle with sim racing. I played with Xavier a handful of times and I get my ass kicked. Yeah, Sean. Dude, I'm right there with you, bro. Honestly, don't you worry about it. I'm fist bumping you right now, Sean. So yeah, I'm in the same boat, Jim. I don't know about you.
I don't have enough time to drive anymore. I'm decent. I've got a few wins here and there, but I'm more the kind of guy that can drive anything pretty decent, but nothing great. What's funny is, since we seem to have a podcast going on anyway, how I actually met James, and James is the one who brought me into broadcasting and taught me, well, he tried to teach me a lot more than I actually know because I only retain a small amount of information at a time. So, but
I'm not answering that question.
Yeah, well, so I joined the league and I started driving in that league. And the first week, I didn't even know they broadcast. And so the first week I went down after I found out. I went to watch the race, and my son thought, "Oh, that's really cool. That sounds like a real race, real broadcast." And it was James, and so I don't know. I decided that I thought I wanted to do this, and so I sent him a message and said, look, man, I know this is kind of crazy, but I think I want to start my own business doing this, or start doing it for a local league or whatever. And I said, do you mind would you show me how to do this? And he's like, well, that took some, that was an interesting little exchange there, getting on the pit road. But he made it safe. Yeah, your GT4s are going to start pitting now. We're right in that window for the ones that haven't pitted. So, and then he said, that took some pretty big bollocks to ask me that question, but yeah. And so I started working for him, I guess a little over a year ago now, and here we are.
Absolutely. And by a lot of effort, guys, it did take a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot.
It's
true.
It took a while.
It's true.
Yeah.
But
Sean said he's okay when he comes to sim race, apparently. I just need to get used to driving with a wheel set up and not a controller, since that's what I grew up with. Dude, if you're in iRacing, give the controller up. You are not going to manage it. There's not enough feel through that one as well. Matt says, Jim, join our league. I'm presuming he's talking about you if you want to drive.
Oh.
You need to hit me up, though, because I need to check the dates for the broadcasting bit. But, hey, look, there's an opportunity there, Jim. Go for it if you want.
That's right.
On that one. So there we go. I'm average at sim racing, dude, and that's about it. So I'm Zach, and I got a 40-second hold. Yeah, Zach, you're a bit naughty. What did you do? Speeding in pit lane? I would say, though, Zach, you could have reduced that by taking off your tyres, taking off your fuel, taking off your window tear strip, and you probably would have only had a 2-second stop and hold. Just a little hint, if anybody's driver partners are out there and you're watching, if you get a stop and go, take off your windscreen tear offs, take off your fuel, as that's cost you the lot, take off your tyres, and your stop and hold will be about 2 seconds. I'm not telling you how to cheat, I'm just giving you tips on how to make yourself faster and stop and hold. Straight up, I kid you not, I thought when I found out 2-3 years ago that somebody told me, and they were lying. I got a 40-second stop and hold for jumping the start. I went in, I took off my windscreen tear off, which is the main part of your stop and hold. I took off my tyres, I took off my fuel, my stop and hold went down to 2 seconds. So just a tip for anybody out there, pass it on, let everybody know that if you do get a stop and hold, take off everything, take it all off, and your stop and hold will plummet. So there we go.
That's crazy.
No, I kid you not.
What happened
He
there?
eats, sleeps, races, and works. Which branch are you in? Oh, you're talking to... Sorry, Tim, I was butting in on a conversation there. As poor old AJ Johnson has gone round. He's now 13th, unfortunately, for AJ. And what's worse, he's down the hill. Good luck. Is it raining? No, you're quite lucky. You should be able to get you... So, God, see him getting out of that in the rain.
He couldn't have got out that way. He'd had to run down the grass till he got to a flat. He got a little momentum built up.
Absolutely. So there we go. As David Chavez is in pit lane. Go back to live pictures. Everybody's coming in. Xavier Williams is in pit lane. David Chavez is in pit lane. There should be driver swaps here at the same time. If they have got a teammate, I would have thought this would be a good a time as any to be taking driver swaps. As Matthew Roberts and Zach Saunders they're coming together where they were. The gap is now going out. I don't know if something's happened. Oh, no, it's back again. In, out. No, out. There he is. That's what's happened to Matty Roberts.
Every time that he gets into a heated thing, he ends up having a little incident. He works so hard to get back into a battle with someone, and then he has a little incident and loses it all back again.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is what they call consistent. Everybody in Pitty Lane: Matty O'Dell, Jacob Reed, Xavier Williams, David Schrey, Matty Roberts, AJ Johnson. Jaden Gosling's got a black flag again. I'm not entirely sure what you've done this time, Jaden. You're 14 laps down. You were in pit lane getting your meatball dealt with, and now unfortunately you got a penalty.
Well,
so,
he's been in there.
He's out now, isn't he? He's back out on the racetrack, I think.
Is he?
Yeah, click on his name. I'm pretty sure he is. Yeah, Jaden Gosling's out, but he's got himself a penalty, which probably included speeding in pit lane, as Erskine Jones has taken over the car from Mr. Odell. So there we go. On that one, I'm Army aviation side of things. Oh, Jaden, what's going on? Son, you're having a bad one. Come on, slow yourself down, get your control. 49 minutes to go, Jim.
Yes, we're working our way down. Podcast.
Did you know, all I had in my head then when you said I'm working my way, I was like, I'm working my way downtown.
Don't do it. Don't get me. You're just trying to get me.
That's all I had in my head.
You do that, and I'm going to start playing tunes on your broadcast just to get you copyright, so you get more copyright infringement notices.
That I already do.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, let's not do that. But that's all I can think of is when you said I'm working my way. There we go. Anybody else at home think of that, or is that just me?
I was no, man.
No, please don't.
Yeah.
You think my singing's bad?
I do.
Gosling's back in pit lane. It can be.
This is for his black flag, I'm guessing.
This is good. This is for his black flag.
So it's a stop, though, so that wouldn't have been a speeding one. That speeding would have been a drive-through.
No, he should have. Hopefully, he's taken everything off and he's listened to the broadcast, because
now that would be hilarious if he comes on and says that does work.
It does work. I swear down to you, if anybody there as well.
If somebody gets a stop and go penalty during the rest of this broadcast, and you've heard this, maybe you're the co-driver, you can talk to your other driver. Please try that. I want to know that works. That would be that in itself would make this one of the most insightful broadcasts of the week.
It does work. I have no doubt. Unless they've changed it, and I haven't seen the update on it, on that one, I can guarantee if you get a stop and hold, take off especially your windscreen tear off. That is one of the biggest adds of time. Is they literally rip a piece of paper off your screen, but it should take no longer than a second.
But the way the stop and goes work is it's 40 seconds and then they do all of the work.
No, take it off. Take it all off, and I can guarantee your stop and hold will not be longer than 10 seconds. Jacob Reed and Terry Campwell, Jim, in the GT3s. We have a battle. Quick. They're battling out for 5th and 6th in class. And that's the Marlboro Lamborghini against the Campwell in that Porsche.
Better looking, great looking cars in the race today. Both of them, fantastic looking.
Yeah, Prince is in pit lane. Just see that flash up. He's leading the GT4s at the moment. He's going to lose that to Saunders.
Too, Prince. Oh, that's different.
Yeah, absolutely. But these two guys fighting out. The gap is extended. Who would have thought a Porsche could have extended the gap on a Lamborghini going down a straightaway, especially in the GT3s? That Porsche is going to be whistling in his ear as if he's strangling a cat in the seat next to him there. But Terry makes it through now. 3 attempts, dropping through the left-hander at the moment, coming in over 18. Where are we? 16A. Through the hog pen. Now on the exit here as well, and it looks like the Lambo could be in for an opportunity. Let's see how he gets on. Now what is Reed going to do? Tuck it in here as well, following that Porsche across the circuit. Don't forget, long run through turn 18, because apparently that's the turn. Now coming down into turn 1. He's got to be hard on the brakes. Reed at the moment. He looks at diving. No, he doesn't come up and get that position done. Reed tucking in here, Jim. I can't see much opportunity now until he gets in through turns maybe 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, if he's close enough, could make it right here in turn 3, but I don't think so. You really got to muscle your way in there if you're going to do it. And yeah, from here on, it's short of a mistake being made in front of you. You're not going to get by somebody through here unless not in the brave or stupid car.
These two cars out.
Just tough pass through here. I mean, it's dangerous.
Yeah, the Lamborghini sitting in behind the Porsche now as well. You don't want to go side by side into the next left-hander. One of you be plummeting down the hill. Coming into the oak tree, the Lambo hits the grass on the exit, loses a bit of a momentum. now out of 4 attempts. He's got to tuck in behind. Can he get a decent exit? He can. The Porsche gets a nice exit as well. It's 4 attempts for Jacob Reed. Terry Cantwell sitting in 5th at the moment. He's got that Lamborghini tucked in. The gap's coming down. 3.9, 3.8, 3.7. He's not quite in the speedy stage. He's got to be 2.5 attempts. Coming out of the oak tree. Is he going to be able to get there? Not this time. Too far back, Jim. 2.5 attempts is the magic number coming out of that corner.
Yeah, and plus, again, like I said, that the Porsche got a little bit of a BOP, man, and they picked up a little horsepower in that, and you know, it's shocking to see the Porsche pull away on these long straightaways from anything really, and especially that was it, screaming V10 in the. Is it a V10 in the Lamborghini? I believe it is.
I think so. I think you might be right. Jimbo. So on that one, and the GT3. Let's have a look just quickly though, because otherwise, where am I going?
The beautiful part is of the internet is somebody will correct us if I'm wrong.
Yeah, but we don't like being wrong. We're never wrong, Jim.
No, definitely. I try not to be.
I'll find it. That's very unhelpful. This guy's still continuing the battle here as well. Yeah, it's a 5.2 litre V10 engine. So there you go. Produces about 500 horsepower, 400 pounds of torque, and rev limits at 8,500 RPM. So you were right, Jim. Well done.
I get one every now and then. I tell you, was it Reed there in the Lamborghini? He got caught up behind that. I think that might have been Zach Saunders, actually, the leader in the GT4 class, but he couldn't get by him, and that gap opened up pretty significantly there, 2.5 seconds, and I mean, they were 0.3 back, and now he's 1.5 seconds back, but so now he's got to work to get it all back again, and of course, you know, we saw earlier when Reed had that off-track moment pretty early on in the race. So what do you think of the head-to-head thing we got there on the bottom? This is the first time you've seen that, huh?
Very posh.
Yeah, it's nice, right? And it's got some cool features. You can go to the car ahead, or the car behind, or the leader.
Nice. You getting all posh.
I know, right? And you can even type in a car number and specifically track it that way as well.
Oh,
yeah,
very flash.
Cool. And it does class and overall. So if you know, so if the car in front of them is, if you know there's a car in between, you can actually keep it down to class. So, you know, neat stuff. Got a great gentleman that builds this stuff, and he's doing an amazing job. And I have to say, as I know James uses some of that stuff too, so through some of the broadcasts that I've done with you, you know, he's really he's making our product look better. You got to give him credit, you know.
Absolutely. Jaden Gosling has been disqualified. Jaden Gosling has been disqualified.
Well,
just to let you know.
I don't know
X
if that
on his
was
name.
An actual incident limit thing that did that.
I'm probably guessing he was close to it.
Well,
he's had a bit of a rough one.
He has, yes. But even I know they do have race control who are sitting up there, and if they feel like somebody is, you know, maybe potentially going to mess somebody else's race up or something. But yeah, he's had quite a few incidents actually.
Yes.
So learning curve, I guess, potentially.
He has had a rough time. Let's just put it that way. But Jaden Gosling, as these guys are continuing to drive around this circuit with gaps all the way round.
Yeah, we lost our battle here. From
Cantwell.
From 0.3 seconds now to 2 seconds.
It's going to come down thick and fast at the moment because Cantwell is stuck in behind a back marker. Well, not a back marker, the GT4. He's just gone around the outside. Now Reed's got to face the same back marker, shoots around the outside, gets the job done there as well. 1.8 seconds now as well. Don't forget, if you just finished your stint, guys, or you're going in your stint, or you whatever is happening in your could jump in the waiting room. I'll pull you in and we'll have a bit of a chin wag. That will make this go a little bit helpful, as we've got 40 minutes left on the clock. You see on the right hand side, guys, the track map is very, very spread out. There is really not a lot of battles taking shape at the moment. It was always going to be a worry on such a long circuit, Jim, I think.
We need to get the driver, the leader, that guy that just got out of the car.
Michael?
Liddell. Yeah, Michael Liddell. We need to get him to come in and visit with us and chat with us a little bit and talk about his journey a little bit, and making his MX-5 debut and all that, and his karting and whatnot. So
he's not in. I can't see him in the voice chat.
Well,
unfortunately,
hopefully his father is still watching, but he may have stepped away while his son wasn't in the car. But if you guys still have the broadcast on, have him come join us in the interview waiting room. We'll pull him up, give him a chance to talk about his real life racing experience and his sim racing and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely, it'll be amazing. We'll have a chat about that from his point of view. That'd be awesome. So bring him in. Let us know on that one. Hope if you are in the UK at the moment, you've just been blessed with a 3-day weekend. We've got bank holiday on Monday.
Us
so
too.
A lot of us. Oh, you have as well?
Yeah. What's yours?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know what your holiday is?
No, we just got bank holiday. Let me have a look. I'll tell you, Jim. I don't know. We're British. We don't name things.
Well, our holiday is Memorial Day here, which is remembering the veterans who lost their lives defending our great country. And
okay.
So that's what Monday is here. It's Memorial Day.
How's this spring bank holiday? For nothing other than somebody really wanted a day off.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. That's good. We have those. But
that's ours.
Yeah, so we both have Monday holidays, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. On that one, unfortunately, I can't pull Michael in. Let me just hold on. I'm working in the background. 2 seconds. There as well. So there you go. Spring break holiday. I want that, mate. Don't ask me why. They've just given it to us. They just go, look, it's spring. It's hot. Have a bank holiday, and we got sun as well. We've got sun in the UK at the moment, which is absolutely amazing. My daughter's been spent most of my day in the hot tub in between the other events that we've done. Yeah, so she loves it. Right, I'm going to bring Michael in. Let's have a quick chat with Mr. Michael O'Dell. We'll talk about sim racing first, mate, then we're going to go IRL, son, after that on that one. How was it out there first at VIR?
Well, so far not bad. I was expecting a little bit more chaos to start with how the first run down to T1 went, but it seemed like it worked in our favor. A lot of people either made mistakes early with the cold tires or just couldn't keep the car together in the long run. So I did my job of just keeping the thing together, handed a clean car to a teammate, and so far it's been playing out well, but I'm not going to say anything good yet until we actually are on the top of the podium.
Okay, so Erskine's in the car at the moment. Any advice? Did you give him any advice? First off, is it male or female? Because I'm pretty sure the name could be either.
It's male.
Okay, cool. Right, so any advice for Erskine? What did you give him?
So the biggest advice I gave him was, 1, please don't crash. I made sure the car was shiny. 2 is just watching out with traffic. A lot of the time with the GT4s, they don't have the aero we do, so a lot of the passes and time is made in the corners. So having to really manage that speed differential, because in a straight line they can almost out-drag you if they took a little more wing off, but the corners are where these cars shine. Is just knowing how to time it right.
Agreed. Obviously you're going for a win. Are you going to do all of the season?
Unfortunately, I'm only going to be doing this and Indy. All the others, I just so happen to be working those weekends, so
well,
I'm just going to try to maximize these 2.
Go ahead, James.
Yeah. Are you Mate, I would take Indy off if I was you. I gotta be honest. That 3 hours, what was it? 3 hours at Indy. That's enough to give anybody nightmares. As well. I'm not a lover of Indy, Michael. I'm sorry. The oval, great.
Okay.
The infield, shocking. Whoever planned it must have been blind and just drew wigglies on a bit of paper and went, yeah.
It's one of those acquired tastes. It's initially bad, but as you get used to it, you realize it's not terrible.
Okay, that's the only infield of a Roval that didn't maximise the oval part of the circuit.
Yeah, I never got that either.
See, that's why it's awful. I got to agree. Anyway, Mike, I want to dive into your IRL racing. You got a lot going on, son. What have we got coming up for you in IRL?
So IRL, before recent, it wasn't much. It was just work all the time. But now is going to be a debut in the Mazda MX-5 Cup in IMSA.
Okay, Mid-Ohio, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good job you're not at Daytona. We've all seen what happens in that
Yeah,
series
trust me.
at Daytona.
I talked with the team. I'm like, what tracks to avoid? They're like, Daytona, don't touch it. Just don't touch it unless you're willing to write off a car. Do not go there.
Yeah, absolutely. On that one, as we got Campwell and Marco having a little bit of a battle on screen at the moment. Just give me 2 seconds, dude. I just want to see how this one plans out. In through the last corner they go. Campbell's tucked in behind him. If this Porsche's got the power that it's over. Marco's in pit lane. Oh, well, that's it. The only battle we've had for a while, and unfortunately it's all ended on that one. Right, so you're going into the MX-5. What have you done previously then, or how did this come about? Because I got Dad in YouTube chat, and he's given me a bit of a background history as well. And, you know, EMT, working 8 hours a week, funding your own racing, very, very difficult.
Yes, very difficult. I think so far the total tally will be about 1,600 hours total, and that's
over the
not
month,
including.
or is that a month?
That in the past 7 months.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah, in a month, I don't think I'd survive that.
No, I was just wondering. I don't even know if there's that many hours in a month, to be completely honest with you, mate. But yeah.
No, I don't think it is.
No, what we got? 10, 20, 30, 24, 240, 480, 680, 720. So no, we ain't even got enough. I think that's the thing. I was talking on the broadcast earlier on. My son does drag bike racing. He's only a junior. He's like 15. It's very tough to get sponsorship in motorsport, isn't it?
Oh yeah, very tough. Luckily, we had one of our earlier on sponsors, Page Construction. They've followed us into IMSA, so luckily that helped massively on getting some of the budget handled for this one-off race. But even then, it's like if I want to run anything else, it's going to be sponsors, or find someone else who's like, hey, I'll just pay for it. And it's, you know how hard that's going to be. Sponsors already is a big ask.
Yeah, dude, I've even asked a company I work for during the day, and they wouldn't even be able to do it because of their budget. You know what I mean? It's absolutely nuts, and I think that's the thing as well. And I got some advice the other day on sponsors, and the advice was print a leaflet out for yourself, and then just walk around every business that you've got in your town or wherever you live, and just hand them a leaflet and talk to them about what you do and whether or not they sponsor you. Because I've sent bucket loads of emails out, and all I've got is, sorry, we can't at this moment in time. Sorry, we can't at this moment in time. Can't at this moment in time. And it's absolutely nuts. But I think this is the thing. If you were going to Mid-Ohio, though, Michael, what is it costing you for this?
I can't say specifics, but the range is about like 30, 40.
K?
Okay, yeah.
For one race?
For one race. And
that's
mind
parts
you,
and travel and everything else, yeah?
that's not no travel. That is the team brings the car, they prep it and damage deposit because it's Miatas. You already know they like to use their fenders a little.
Mm-hmm.
Or a lot.
Or a lot. Well, Daytona's a lot. This year it seemed like there was a slugfest.
Daytona, I don't even think they crossed the line, mate. Without about 30 of them going in the wall.
So James,
Yeah,
I don't know if you know this being in the UK. I don't think that you guys probably got the show, but that series, they had a reality show that they were filming for a couple of seasons about that series. They were following a few girls that were racing in that series, but it gave some pretty cool exposure to the series. I'm sure Michael obviously has watched that, I'm sure.
I have not actually.
Really?
I'll be honest with you. Well, here's the thing, and you can also ask my dad in the chat. He'll tell you. I am not big with TV shows or movies. So 9 times out of 10, it's either I'm on a sim rig or I'm at work trying to get money to do the real thing, or if not either of those, it's working out so that I can do and get in the car.
There you go.
All right, well, listen, I'm going to give you an opportunity now then. You've got, I don't know, however long it needs to take. Sell yourself on the broadcast, Michael. How do people get hold of you if they want to sponsor you? Go.
So if you want to sponsor, it's Mid-Ohio, we have right now, because last year was 66,000 views on just one race alone. So if you're looking for people to view stuff, especially e-commerce or any online, that's a really big amount of reach. Main group is 18 through 45 years old. There's about 70% of the actual IMSA base is that. And a lot of people, I think it was about 60%, make over 100,000 a year. So there's lots of money, lots of eyes on it, and that doesn't even include in person. In person, there's about usually 25 to 30K people a weekend.
Okay, how can we get hold of you if we want to give you some money?
Well, if you want, I can have my actual. If you want, I'll message you my.
Do you have social media?
I have a social media. It's just if you just put in Instagram Michael Odell, it should come up.
Drop it in YouTube chat, mate. Drop your links in there. Get Dad to do your marketing. Drop your links in there for whatever we need to be able to get hold of Michael. Guys, if you are in the US and you do want to hit him up, you've just heard the cost between 30 and 40K per race, which is absolutely nuts. If you do want to hit out Michael, I'm sure there's anything that you can help, even if you got $10. You know what I mean? If everybody in YouTube chat gave him $10 at the moment, he'd have $200 to be able to put forward to it. That would be absolutely amazing.
That's 200 closer.
Exactly, I agree, dude. Anything helps on that
meals
one.
for the weekend.
Hey, listen, whatever it pays for, it don't really matter. Every little bit helps, guys. So hit him up, give him a shot, get him over that line, and maybe we'll be able to see Mr. Michael Odell with more races than just the MX-5 at Mid-Ohio on that one. Michael, you got your opportunity. Drop it in YouTube chat, Sunshine. Give everybody and let them know where they can find you on that one. Anybody else you want to shout out, mate, before we let you go?
Oh, you always shout out the mom and dad. They've if they weren't supporting me in this, I would never have made it to even the SRF early years. So with their support and just helping me figure out and navigate racing, because that's one thing with racing a lot of people miss, is as a fan going to like the regular races and then going as someone who's trying to get into the races, there is a whole ecosystem to it that you don't even see. And trying to get into that said ecosystem.
Oh, 2 seconds, Michael. Oh, that was scrappy.
Close.
That was scrappy. Cantwell and that GT4, they literally had, well, Cantwell got him, let's just put it this way, his nose just gave that GT4 a big old snog on his bum cheeks there because he was very, very close there indeed on that one, but they both survived. Sorry, Michael, carry on.
No, you're good. But yeah, there's a whole ecosystem to racing that it's very interesting because the amount of, it's a small world, but at the same time, how largely small it is. Like, because of the fact I knew one guy from a club racing team, I technically knew the IMSA team, and since I know the IMSA team now, I technically know like half the paddock, pretty much.
Yep.
Not through direct names, but through some way, shape, or form of relation of, well, I know so-and-so from this, and they race with you, or they'll do your taxes for you, or something like that. But there's a warm welcome to two people versus it just being a cold contact every time. I did put my Instagram link in the chat, as well as if you click on my actual account, that's my YouTube. It's pretty much the same thing posting wise.
Which chat did you put it in, mate?
In the live chat.
Jim, that might be on you. I can't see it.
I can't see it either.
Dude. I'll try again.
Drop us your links here, mate, and we'll put them in there for you as well. So hit him up if you want to get involved with Michael on that one, or even, just stick your name on a car. That would do for him as well. Michael, great talking to you, fella. Well done on your stint. I hope you and us can bring it over the line and wrap it on that one, mate. I'll drop you back in that interview room. But, Matt, anybody else you want to shout apart from Mum and Dad?
Apart from Mom and Dad, it would be
Sponsors, Michael, sponsors.
sponsors, Page
Yes.
Construction. Well, yeah. I need to have you my new media coach. Because then, massive thank you to Page Construction, because they are pretty much sole backer into this race. So it is going to be a great honor to carry that into IMSA, especially since they've followed me back in
There you go.
early
Where's
SCCA regionals.
Page Construction based out of?
They are based out of Michigan, as am I.
There we go. All right.
Okay, mate. Well done. My next question is, do you have a wife?
Nope.
Girlfriend?
He
That would
works
take away
80
race car
hours a
money.
week so he can race. Of course he
Mate,
doesn't
listen,
have a wife.
he might have a girlfriend who's sitting at home understanding
Nope.
why he's doing it.
Nope.
Fine. You can't-
I need race car money.
All right, well, fair play there on that one, mate. On that one. Look, you got to ask questions, Jim, just in case you forgot her, and then he'd be in my situation. He'd find pillows on the sofa, and then he'd know he's in the doghouse. All right, just
Yes,
make
well, that's
protected. I'm protecting my asset here, Jim. Stop it. Right, Michael. Pleasure as always, dear sir. We'll catch up with you soon. Take care, bud, and good luck at Mid Ohio.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, man.
Oh, and hey, mad respect for his father too. Let's just say.
I can't find this link. Tim's apparently dropped it in YouTube. Does your YouTube delete links, Jimbo,
no,
or what the situation is?
No, he should be able to post it. I'm watching on Restream chat and I see nothing. But his dad, I got to give a little shout out to Tim Odell there. Apparently, he is a former military veteran, and apparently he was 82nd Airborne, which is Special Forces. So quite the mad respect to those guys. If you've ever watched the show Band of Brothers, which is about World War II, that show was based on following the I believe it was the 82nd, but it was airborne for sure. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Tim, if you are listening, you got Michael there. Get him to DM me the link. I'm in the Discord. He can JP Broadcasting in the Discord. Get him to drop me a link, and I'll post it. I don't know why it's not there. I cannot see anything. I've put it above, but I can't actually see anything.
Well,
Tim,
now
so
he did post a link way back earlier in the broadcast.
yeah, that was the YouTube link for the IMSA race, but that wasn't
okay,
Michael's
yeah, no, that was it.
socials, so I don't know if that's gone missing. But post it there as well. We'll try and get people out there and have a look on that one. Jacob Reed and Campwell were very close at one point. They've dropped back a little bit. Faraz has taken over the car there. He's got Levi Wolf tucked in right behind him. Michael, send me the links in Discord, bro. Drop me a DM with the information on it. It's JP Broadcasting in Discord. Drop me the links on that one, and I'll try posting them and see what he comes back with. But hopefully he hasn't posted anything on that one. Woo! Go, baby, go! Says Rain Nicole in YouTube chat. That's Mr. Jones. That's Erskine Jones. I'm going to presume girlfriend. What do we reckon?
Or potentially, probably girlfriend, maybe wife, yes.
I reckon it comes back, it's going to be sister.
It could be that too.
Absolutely. Michael Odell 56197, put it in Discord. I can't see your link. Hold on. I think I've just got it all. 2 seconds. Friends request. He's posted them all here. I'll drop him in there when I get him, as Levi Wolf just got very, very close to Ibrahim's back end there. He's looking to dive up the inside. Job done for Wolf. Ibrahim did not have a fight on that one. The Ferrari and the Corvette, and that is the end of that battle. He's lost a second
Just
through one corner and one little bit. What did he?
I think
damn!
I think that it's his wife. I think that that lap traffic might have caused him to, he didn't handle the lap traffic quite as well as Wolf did.
Absolutely. On that one, in 2 seconds. Right. You should be able to follow Michael on Instagram on this link there, which you can see there, which you should be able to click on that one. I'm waiting for him just to send me any others. So let's see how it all goes on that one.
Yeah, Tim, corrected me that I guess technically 82nd Airborne is not considered a Special Forces unit. Oh, he was a scout sniper too. So, oh yeah, you did do some cool stuff. But yes, so, but they maybe technically they're not Special Forces, but they're as close as you can get to not be considered Special Forces for sure. So, quite yeah. I mean, really cool. You know, obviously specializing in jumping out of airplanes, perfectly good airplanes at that. So therein lies the first problem.
What, jumping out of airplanes?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Ah, okay. You can't post more than 2 links because I just tried posting another one, Jim, and it decided it didn't like it.
Oh?
Because I've just gone to paste. Ah, there we go. It's gone in this time. Right, that link should... Oh, it's posted it 3 times now. Jesus Christ, I got excited. So that link should work. Copy and paste that link into your browser and you'll be able to find Michael on Instagram. Jacob Reed, penalty. Remember what I said? Take off all of your things, buddy, as you're going into pit lane.
He's already in there.
And watch. Take off your windscreen, take off everything, and tell me I'm wrong that it hasn't just dropped down to about 2 or 3 seconds. If anybody's listening, and let Jacob row right now. Oh, he got drive-through. Oh, okay, so he doesn't have to.
He's drive-through.
So Gabe Wilmoth has got a penalty, is he?
They just swapped drivers there, yeah.
Is that a black flag next to that, or is that just the way it is on the post? I can't actually tell there for Gabe on that one. So there we go.
I do not think that is a black flag. No, I think that that's just SDKs. Yeah, no, it's not.
No, okay, cool.
Yeah, the black flag is, you know, a little more visible than that when it shows up, but quite like not near as obvious as that big giant X down there by Gosling's name.
Yeah, unfortunately there for Jaden. We're entering into the last final 15 minutes, guys. It's been a very, very tough one. Saunders is leading the way. Can we get the gaps, Jim? I'd be interested to know Saunders is the only one on the lead lap for his class there, or whether or not he has got others. No, so he's got Zach Saunders and Xavier Williams are the only 2 on the lead lap for the GT4s. David Schrier's a lap down. Jonathan Champline also between Schrier, Prince, Fabian and Champline, they're also a lap down. AJ Johnson is 2 laps down from the leader in GT4s, and Adam Jones is 3 laps down for the GT4s. So there's only 2 cars on the GT4 lead lap. Zach Saunders and Xavier Williams are on the lead lap on that one. Perfectly good. Never been in the Air Force Bird, have you? Air Force Bird, have you?
Well, so I haven't, but except for I did get a ride in a B-25 bomber, I believe it is. That's the one with the split tail fin, the 2 fins on the back. My son was a big aviation guy, a kid in the Civil Air Patrol for the Air Force, and he worked at the Flight Museum, and he won the opportunity to fly in the, I believe it was the B-25. I'll have to ask to make sure. But anyway, so yeah, we did get a ride in that, which was absolutely amazing. But no, there's no chance that I would ever jump out of an airplane. I barely would jump off of a chair. I'm 6'8", which for you, James, is extremely tall. I have no idea how many centimeters or whatever. But yeah, 6'8", and I'm terrified of heights. So
that's not going to help.
No, I'm high enough off the ground. I don't need to be any higher. That's the way I look at it. I mean, I'm not scared to go in an airplane or anything like that. I wouldn't jump out of an airplane.
No, why would you jump out of a perfectly good airplane?
I don't get it. You know, I mean, well, that's not true. I've done plenty of things that were thrill-seeking in my life, you know, so I get that, the adrenaline thing, but jumping out of an airplane would not be one for me.
No.
But
I wouldn't understand that.
I've got great respect for, you know, especially combat soldiers who do it under those type of conditions, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. On that one. Right, there's Michael's YouTube and TikTok, so you can go and follow him on TikTok as well as Instagram and YouTube. Please hit him up there as well. I wouldn't jump off a trailer either, Tim. All I see is a broken hip. So there you go. As soon as I jump off. It's not good for old people. I wake up and there's new pains. Jacob Reed, why are you back in pit lane again as well? It's a little bit of a worry for Reed currently. I can't see. There's a big old Michelin man who decided he wanted to get in the rain.
Tell him.
The leader is also in pit lane. That's going to bring Connor Deansley right into play unless Erskine does not get out of pit lane very, very shortly. Oh, Connor's in pit lane as well.
I guess that's
people have got this wrong.
Short topping off a fuel situation, I guess, for these guys. Just a little splash to get them home.
Yeah.
Well, I say splash. I mean, some of these, let's see.
About 14 minutes to go, unfortunately. So.
Well, it was 13 seconds, so that's not a ton of fuel. So that's enough to get them home, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll be able to get back on that one as he goes, and everybody stays where they are. Basically, Skin Jones is leading with Connor Deasley in second, Gabe Wilmoth in third, Jacob Reed there as well. Williams jumping around a little bit there, Jim. You want to be a little bit careful of that one. But yeah, action still with plenty to come, I'm sure, on this one, Jim. Hopefully.
Well, we're getting
a bit tough.
We're getting a couple little battles forming back up here. Here's one that's, of course, this honestly has been one of the better battles of the second half of the race. I mean, with the exception of little separation moments due to traffic, these two have been virtually together for most of the second half of this race.
Absolutely. As we're going to come in to the final 10 minutes very, very shortly, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see how they get on this one. We'll keep an eye out and see if there's any dramas. It's going to happen over the next 13 minutes. But to be honest, there hasn't been many dramas. Only a few people have had issues, of course. Jaden Gosling has had a night that forget and met. Lost a wheel earlier on, and Matthew couldn't join because his brother's child got sick and he had to take care of him. And we haven't seen a lot of spinning or that from this group, Jim. I think it's been fairly clean, to be honest.
No, to be honest, the driving standards have been quite good. I would love to see double the amount of cars with the same driving standard. That would be insane. It would be awesome. You know, if you could get 35 cars out there with this kind of driving standard. And look, this is no easy place to get around. VIR is a tough track, and especially when you are trying to pass people here, it's a pretty tough track.
No, it definitely is. Into the final 12 minutes, though, ladies and gentlemen, of this race. Thank you so much.
You know what I need to do? This reminds me. So VIR, one of the things that, I'm not going to say put VIR on the map, but it was used for years as the testing ground for NASCAR. All their, they would come here to test their road course setups because it's so close to Charlotte. It's only about 2 hours from Charlotte, which, of course, where all the NASCAR teams are based out of. So I think that and the majority of the people in this series are American, I think we would be remiss to not mention the passing of the great Kyle Busch. I mean, what a absolute tragedy this week.
Yeah. Did you see what the illness was?
Yeah. Sinus infection that got seriously aggravated by the elevation changes and the pressure that was created at Watkins Glen.
Oh, see, I've seen something else now.
What did you see?
I saw, family says Kyle Busch died from severe pneumonia and then caught sepsis.
Oh.
So the medical evaluation provided to the Busch family concluded that severe pneumonia progressed into sepsis, resulting in rapid and overwhelming associated complications as well.
Well,
unfortunately, Kyle Busch, it was 24 hours.
He was literally extremely sick and continued to race. Which you can imagine the pressure these guys are under. You just don't take a race off because you're sick. these are, we're talking $20 million plus a year sponsorship deals. You just don't skip a race because you're not feeling well. And I think it probably forced him to, he raced and he should have been in the hospital, and that's so unfortunate. But I saw his wife talking about the sinus thing, which it probably all ties in together. The sinus infection probably developed into pneumonia, which can happen. But yeah, oh man, what a tragedy though. I mean, and the thing was, I feel so bad for his family, but his son, he had his son's he had his whole career planned out to make sure that his son made it to Cup, like he was going to, in a couple of years, he was going to let the son drive all the short track races in the truck, and he was going to retire from Cup, and he was going to drive the truck in all the super speedway races till his son was old enough for that. And then, he had his whole thing planned out to get his son to Cup, and he already has a developmental deal with I guess it's with Richard Childress, but so I'm sure they'll, if it was Richard Childress will look after him too. That's just like that's just the kind of person he is. So, but yeah, so unfortunate, man. 41 years old, and whoa.
Yeah, be careful.
That's our leader.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bad deal, boy. That would be horrible, huh? 8 minutes to go in the race, and the leader poops out. Oh my gosh!
The drama would be real. Let's just put it that way on that one. So, thanks so much again, guys and girls, for joining us in YouTube chat. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and turn on the bells. That would be absolutely amazing. Coming into the final 8 minutes, it's been a rough last 35 to 40 minutes here. They've all been very, very spread out across the racetrack, and Skin Jones is still leading the race with Connor Deasley in second and Gabe Wilmoth in third. You can see there is Gabe. He's got Levi Wolf up the road just behind him there, and there's Jacob Reed trying to chase him down. So I'm sure if these guys can come back together, it will give us a thrilling 8 minutes, but it has been tough, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, it's never easy when you get in these endurance races with a smaller field, and they kind of just separate out, and they ended up just cranking out laps. And but it gives a cool chance to talk to a couple of people involved in the league, and that was nice. But hopefully, what I want to see is encourage some more people to come out and drive this series. And I mean, it's completely free, it's beginner friendly. Like, for example, this track is a free track on iRacing, and I guess there's no free GT3 or GT4 car, or maybe there is, I don't even know. But either way, you can certainly get involved for not a lot of money if you're relatively new to this class of car, and come out and get your feet wet in endurance racing. It's a different animal.
Yeah, it definitely is. Where is Elkhart Lake? What track is
Wisconsin. Elkhart Lake is Road America.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and that's in Wisconsin, very northern United States, not probably no more than a couple hours from the Canadian border.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, I'm away racing.
Gorgeous up there in the summer. One of the worst places to be in the winter as far as I can.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm away for the next one. Otherwise, I might have a go at 2.5 hours at the Glen. But unfortunately, my boy's racing that weekend, so I'm not. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Speaking of the next race, So the next one is the 2.4 at the Glen, which I know you like Watkins Glen actually.
I do like Watkins Glen.
You like Road America too, though, huh? I mean, that's a.
Yeah, I like it. It's still a little bit long, but I do like it.
But
I do like it.
Yeah, well, you could save yourself for the Barcelona or the Indy race.
No, I hate both of them.
I know you do. Well, you don't hate Barcelona if it doesn't have the chicane. If they run the historic version, you're okay with it, right?
Give me the short layout of Barcelona. I have seen great racing around the short layout at Barcelona for especially in TCRs. Give me the short layout at Barcelona, and I'll be there. Give me the long one. I'm bored out of my nugget after about 20 minutes. So horrendous. Right, coming into the final 5, ladies and gentlemen, we'll bring you back up to date of what's been going on here as well. 45 minutes. They have been where they are. Most of the teams have now finished pitting, and that should be the end. Erskine Jones has got 9 seconds over Connor Deasley. He's got a bunch of time over Wilmoth and Reed. Erskine's in traffic. That could explain. Oh, don't cut him off, son. Like, I get it, you know what I mean? But at least don't cut him off. That would be horrendous. Bring me up the intervals on the right, on the left for me, Jim. I just want to see how close them 2 GT4s are and whether or not that battle for position. It is. That's AJ Johnson and Adrian Fabian, I believe, having their own little battle towards the end of this race. They've got 4 minutes to go. They've both been lapped here.
But you know what was impressive there? Erskine Jones, he saw that they were battling for position. And what did he do? He backed off. He had time. He exercised patience. He got through there safe and let them race. And he got by them once they got nose to tail, you know, that's great. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, Fabian just gone through on Johnson and has opened up a second already, near enough. That's extended very, very quickly. Be interested to see how Connor Deasy handles these and whether or not he's going to lay the same courtesy down to this guy. There's Connor there. He should get both of them on the... he might get one on the straight. Wrong way, bro.
Yeah,
that's the wrong way of doing that.
Not really sure why you picked the outside there, knowing that GT4 is going to go out on the curves.
Yep. Absolutely.
But again, that is learning multi-class racing, learning endurance racing. You have to be able to make those decisions, and you have to learn. You know, you have to be put in those experiences and say, "Ooh, I made a bad choice there," you know, and don't do it again, you know.
Yeah, gaps back out to 8 seconds. Go into the final 3 minutes. Looking at 1:45 lap times. It's going to be one and possibly, I think, one and one more here as well. Thanks so much for joining us for the last 2 hours and 20 minutes, however long we've been on for. It's been an absolute pleasure. But Erskine Jones is going to come and wrap this one up, I think, Jim. And it's been a very interesting race as well. Kind of gives you a good insight of where the season's going.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think car count is hugely important. Everybody that's racing in this series needs to reach out to other people that they race with and let them know that, you know, that what they've got going on here. And is this the 2 Zippo cars racing each other? Oh, it is. Look at this. For position.
Yeah, Shreve and Prince.
You know, they need to reach out to guys they race with in other series or other leagues or whatever, and try to everybody bring one friend over, you know, one team, and all of a sudden we've got, you know, a nice full field.
Absolutely. Well, let's see what's going to happen here as well. The leader's going to go back straight at the moment, so it will be the final lap next time around. I don't think he's going to get there, but the 2 Zippo cars are Shreve and Prince. We'll find out, but there is the leader through the roller coaster. It's going to drop to the left now.
Yeah,
he's got another left.
It's going to be one more.
I think, 158. Yeah, it will be one more. This is going to be the final lap here for Erskine Jones. This is going to go over the line there as well. Did we ever? We did establish that it was wifey in YouTube chat, didn't we? Yes, we did. Yes. Raid Nikhil.
Yes.
Wifey there as well is going to be sitting at home cheering her man on. That's my man, y'all. At the front of this race. I don't know why I went there.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. I tried. Did it work? That's the question. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was something.
Yeah.
That was a great southern accent.
Thanks, man. On that one. Right. Levi Wolf and Jacob Reed. No, they were within a second. They're not now. Shreve and Prince are. The leader is on his way up through the S's at the moment. We'll keep an eye on him and see how he gets on. But this is Reed and Wolf battling it out through the back straight, coming down in through the roller coaster. There's third place. There's Campwell. Oh no, it's Wilmoth, isn't it? Sorry, there. And there is Erskine as he comes through the left-hander for the final time here as well. Tough couple of hours for these guys, and you know, great for anybody that got to the end.
Yeah, I mean, again, just a learning experience with multi-class and endurance racing. I mean, all of it. Just it's all part of the learning curve, and I like that. I'm going to cut away here for a second because these two have done got close and they're teammates, so it'll be interesting to see what they do to each other here. But it's been a good. That just goes to show you how far they are away from the leader. Obviously, they're in GT4s, but they are 5 laps.
A lap.
5 laps and then a full lap behind.
Leaders coming around the final corner as well. Over the line he goes. Him and they'll take that victory here as well. Erskine Jones over the line, winner chicken dinner for the first 2 hours of the GT Challenge here. Well done to Erskine Jones. Great race. Connor Deasley comes over the line in second place. Gabe Wilmoth is going to come over the line in third. Great win from Erskine there. Still battle with Jacob Reed and Levi Wolf. They're on their run round the oak tree for the final time. This could be a battle for 4th place coming up this straight. He's not really within that 2.5 temps mark where he needs to be. He's 4 temps at the moment. I don't think Wolf's going to be able to get him. He's going to know. He can see him. He can smell him. He can breathe him. But is he going to be able to overtake him? There is some back markers up here, I believe, as well. Oh, no, it's not. It's 3rd place, man. In through the left-hander they go. Now dropping down the right. I don't think Levi's going to get there. He's got to be closer coming out this final corner. He could be in for an opportunity for a run to the line, but he's dropped further back at the moment. And unfortunately for Levi Wolf, he's going to have to settle for 5th place. Jacob Reed's going to take this. Over the line they're going to come. There is Wilmoth ahead of him at the moment. Don't do that. The line's quite far down. Don't do that. Go over the line. Gets the job done on that one. Zach Saunders takes the win in the GT4s with Princess Shreve still battling it out here at the same time.
Yeah, this is the last little battle we've got on track here.
Yeah, through the final corner, these GT4s are going. Now he's got to be within that 2 temps mark. He is within that 2 temps mark. He's going to try the slid. I think that slide's going to kill him. Jim is going to come over the line. David Shreve is going to take 3rd in class. Mark Prince is going to be taking 4th there at the same time. See,
I got disqualified.
No, that's because you were naughty. Look, Rain in YouTube chat even turned around and said, "That's my man right there."
Yeah, see?
There you go. I don't know if she's from the southern parts of your country.
We have no idea.
No, I'm just making it up as we go along. Right, let's bring you up the results here, ladies and gentlemen.
That's pretty much how most British people think all Americans are, though. It's not just a southern thing. I think y'all think all Americans are like that.
Do you know the worst thing is I can only do the accent when I do that line. I can't do the accent at any other point.
Oh,
like I can just that literally that what that's my man, y'all. That's the only time I can do that accent. Other than that, I can't do it at all. I just sound like I sound like an Indian who's turned Japanese. It's horrendous. Right, the result. Erskine Jones takes the win here as well. Left for 65 laps of this race. Connor Deasley in second. Gabe Wilmoth in third. That is your GT3 class here as well. Gabe Wilmoth, the hardest charger, up 4 places. Erskine Jones, most laps led in that team with Michael O'Dell, of course, 65 laps. Erskine Jones got the fastest lap of the race on a 1:45.350. You can see on the right-hand side, Erskine Jones is your winner. Connor Deasley second. Gabe Wilmoth, Jacob Reed, Levi Wolf, Faraz Ibrahim, Matthew Court there as well. That is your GT3 finishing order. Can you give me the GT4s? We can. Zach Saunders in first place. Xavier Williams grabs second with David Shreve in third. Xavier Williams, hardest charger, up 12 places. Fastest lap goes to Zach Saunders, and the pole position with Zach Saunders as well. Behind that is Mark Prince, then Jonathan Champagne, then Adrian Fabian, AJ Johnson, Adam Jones, Kevin Nunn, and Jaden Goslin, of course, is out on that one. There as well. Matt's way to get DQ'd, mate. So good job for you, Jim, on that one. Crazy job for Connor. Absolutely good race.
Glad I could be here for that.
Absolutely. Right, let's bring your winning drivers into the booth. Of course, Michael's already been in, so we'll have a chat with Erskine. First of all, he took over the car with strict instructions of not to crash it because it's all shiny and new. And did he do that? He did. He took the first win of this season here as well. Erskine, welcome in, brother. How are you?
Doing good, sir. How are you?
I'm doing very well, mate. I've just sat and watched some racing, great racing, quiet moments. But, hey, listen, it can't be helped in the first race. How was it out there?
It was great. I mean, I feel the tires kind of wearing towards the end there, so it was a lot of managing that, trying not to spin out, just trying to stay focused.
Mate, that is it at the end of the day. How was traffic?
The traffic was pretty respectful. I mean, I could understand why they made some of the moves that they did. I didn't really have any complaints.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? When you've got them compliant, it makes the racing easier, Erskine. But when you haven't got them compliant, it makes it tough. What do you think is going to happen over the rest of the season? Because we've got a couple of, tough tracks coming up here.
Yeah, it's definitely harder to get over on some of the tracks and to understand everybody's intentions on some of the tracks in the future. So, we'll just have to see.
Mate, I think that's all you can do. I think you just sit back, wait, see what happens. I think it's going to be an interesting season here as well. Anybody you want to shout out, Burrow, before we let you go?
I just want to shout out my wife, for letting me take the time to race in a league here. So
she's been cheering you on.
Don't forget to shout out your sponsors.
Yeah, we'll do that in a minute, Michael. Stop it. Jesus Christ. He's jumping in there. No, yeah, Rain has been in YouTube chat as well. She's well happy. She's put, that's my man right there in the YouTube chat. So she's over in the mood with you. Do you want to shout out?
Yep. Go ahead. You actually broke up there, James. If you got any
anybody else?
Sponsors or anything else you want to shout out to, go ahead.
I don't have any sponsors.
I don't know. Big shout out to somebody who wants to sponsor Erskine. Well, there we go.
Somebody, yes.
Yeah. If anybody wants to sponsor me, sponsor me.
Absolutely. So there you go.
And his lovely wife. That's it.
Dude, as long as you shout it out the wife, you're sleeping in the bed tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't you worry about it. You got it good, man. If you get off and you hadn't shouted out the wife, you would have found pillows. Michael's back in the booth. Michael, welcome back, sir.
Man, I'm back quick.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? You didn't really do a lot. You drove for a bit and then handed the car over, and then you come and talk to me for 10 minutes. So there you go. What do you say to that? First win of the season, bud. That's not a bad way to open it.
Not a bad way to open it. It would be cool if I could keep the rhythm going, but it's just this and Indy, like I was saying earlier. So it's just gonna be now focus on Indy, which should hopefully have it where we're really strong there, and then hopefully it can be back in the booth again.
All right, but we look forward to it. I ain't going to be here, but we'll see how it goes. Erskine, who are you going to partner up with for the rest of the season then? Because obviously Michael's not here.
That is to be determined. I don't really know right now. I'll probably run solo for a couple and then find a partner along the way.
Yeah, we don't want to do 3 hours solo, mate. That's going to kill you.
I mean, I did the Sebring 12 hours. I did 4 hours solo, so it's not really super bad for me. I got a really comfortable rig here, but, sponsor here could get me an even more comfortable rig,
Do you have a hole with a bucket underneath the chair or something?
Yeah, I got a bucket seat. It's a...
That's not what I was getting at.
No, that's not what he was getting at. Basically, he was asking if you had a bucket to use to use the restroom while you're sitting there for 4 hours.
Oh, I completely misunderstood. No, I don't.
Well, he's confusing to listen to, so that's understandable.
I'm British. I'm not. Get off my case on it, Jimbo. I'll tell you that much on that one. Right, boys, I'm going to let you go. Thank you very much for joining us. Your team winners there, Michael O'Dell and Erskine Jones. And if anybody wants to partner up with Erskine, he needs somebody. So hit him up there because his partner's a right letdown and is only coming back for one race at Indy. So there we go. On that one, Michael, love you really. Right, bud, I'm going to bow you out. Take care, brothers, and I'll catch up with you soon.
Take care.
You soon. You too.
Do we have no one else in the interview room? Nobody else wanted to talk to us?
No, that's it. That was the only one we had. So,
well,
there you go.
All right then. Well,
all right.
I'm insulted.
Yeah,
But I'm also...
these things happen.
It's okay.
People aren't very I don't know that word. They don't always like communicating, do they? And coming in and stuff like that. So it is what it is.
And they may not even know that we're doing the interviews, It's first week.
Maybe. We'll let them know. We'll see. I'm sure you guys will get more in. So on that one. Right, Jimbo, final words from you before we wrap it up.
Yeah, man. I mean, good event. I mean, we could have seen a little more action if we'd had a few more cars on track and hadn't lost a couple. But great first event. For a rookie league, essentially. Doing this, they put on a good event. They, not too many issues as far as organizing or running the event. It seems like it went pretty well, and I'm looking forward to the rest of them. It's a good group of people here. We just need to add a few more cars, and if all of you guys are watching this back, reach out to a friend.
Oh, okay.
What?
Oh no, Adam Jones has jumped
Hello.
into the. Hello, mate.
There
Blimey,
he is. Well, that's good. I'm glad he.
Just bring yourself into the chat. But why don't you do
Well,
it?
he's
sir?
the boss.
How are
He can
you?
do that, So
Oh, shush, Jim. How are you, dear sir? Anyway.
Doing much better now that I can breathe and get out of the car. And
so tell
Just
me
relax
about
a
the
minute.
duck first of all, please.
so the duck is a number of us have been racing together for a long time, and there's two of my closest friends that have been racing with the longest, Landon Hendershot and Andrew Fabian. Anytime they need a team name, they just go with Angry Rooster. And for the first time in a long time, I wasn't driving a team car, and I was like, I need a team name, and I don't want to use Grid Up because we're hosting this, right? So then I just stole the name Angry Rooster and turned it into a Grumpy Duck.
Okay.
So we have Angry Roosters and Grumpy Ducks, and I'm sure there's more farm animals to come if we
Right.
need
Well,
more
if
team
the
names.
next person could call themselves the Swimmy Chickens
Right?
and be
Well,
I like moody cows because
Right.
moody. Get it?
Oh.
Moody.
Oh, I like it.
God.
I like it.
I like it.
So, real quick, Adam, since we do have you in here, I tried to get you to, if you were listening, to come up during the race. But, so, real quick, just kind of give us a brief overview of what you guys' plans are for this league for the season. I've suggested that every driver out there that is going to watch this race back, go grab one friend that you race with somewhere else and bring them over here. It's
Absolutely.
it's a great way to get involved in endurance racing. There's no cost to get in here. It's a free league, and
Yes, sir.
Come get your feet wet. It's beginner friendly. If you're not used to doing these longer endurance races, come take part. Participate, and I think you'll like it. It's fun. It's a different kind of racing than these 20 or 30-minute sprint races that we do. So.
Yeah, the sprint racing is a lot of fun, and a lot of leagues, go weekly, and it's a different kind of fun. But we really like the big event feel of an endurance race, and the rest of our schedule coming up, pretty much now through the end of November, we have one or two of these in a month. Those races are all a week or two before one of the iRacing official races, so we're going to have our 3 hours of spa before the 6 hours of spa. Our 2.4 of the Glen next month will be a couple weeks before the 6 hours of the Glen. So you can absolutely come in here, join us, try out the team dynamic before those big official events. Try a GT3, come try a setup before you get into those big official events. So we're kind of piggybacking on things that people should already be looking into doing, and then just giving them a chance to just come in and try it and get a friend involved, get somebody that may be afraid, like you said, to get in these bigger events. Like, come dip your toes, come try it out here on a small scale.
Well, I tell you, one thing I don't see is I don't see any OGRL guys in here, and I'm going to certainly give some of them some crap over that. So, because this should fit into a lot of their time schedules, and most of those guys, there's a big group of guys over there that like to endurance race, and I think more than anything else, you just got to get the word out, But the drivers can do that in their own other leagues that they're a part of, or with their friends or buddies. And if you bring
absolutely.
one, there's a whole section in the Discord for posting and finding a partner to race with if you want to do it that way. Soloing is okay if you want to come do, which I personally like doing 2.5 hour solo races. For
Right,
me.
and that's more than welcome too.
Yeah, so just come participate, and like I said, this whole season, from what you've told me, is going to be a preparation to feel out what works, what doesn't work, and get ready for next season. And
Right.
we're going to do it big and bad next season.
Absolutely, yeah. We're building here. This is our first one. This is our first event with this whole format, with this with everything here. And like you said about bringing other people in, we're going to try to keep these things in hosted sessions with a password. So if you see flyers and things with password, that means you're invited. As
There
long
you
as we
go.
can keep things clean on track, we're good with having you as our company.
Well, I will say this: the racing standards were pretty good today. There was, I saw a lot of respect at a tough place to pass, and not a lot of incidents as far as car-on-car accidents. So, all good, man. But again, thank you for bringing us on board, and we're going to do everything we can to help promote it. And I'm looking forward to Watkins Glen in a few weeks. And again, thank you, and let's just get the word out, and let's get this field up to about 30 drivers, and we're gonna have a heck of a show here.
Heck yeah, and we're not hard to find either. We're just at discord.gg/gridup.
Yep,
we're real
that's
easy
right.
to find.
Easy to
All the
find,
info's in there.
Or reach out to me here on MotorMouth, and I'll be glad to send you an invite to the Discord, whatever, and we'll get you in there for sure.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate all your efforts so much, guys. We really love having you on board too.
All right, buddy. Thank you, and again, just thanks for everything, and we'll talk soon.
Heck yeah! Enjoy the big racing weekend, guys.
Yeah, right. All right, man. Sorry about that, but yeah, that was some good housekeeping that needed to be done.
Yeah, you carry on, dude. I'm sat here chilling. You're all good.
Well,
First time I've probably shut up all night, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's okay. That's what you're paid to do, and you're good at it. So there's that. So look, real quick before we do sign off, again, thank you. I know that you do enough of this that you certainly didn't need to add one of my broadcasts onto your schedule, and I appreciate you coming out to help me. And so thanks again for that. And I wish we could have seen a little bit more action on track, but other than that, good solid racing, good event. So thanks again for you showing up and helping me out.
No dramas at all. Right, guys, thank you so much to everybody who has joined us here as well. There's too many to mention. I can't obviously name you all, but you all know who you are. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and turn on the bells because you don't want to miss the next one. We're going to be heading off to the Glen on the 13th of June. So there we go. Right, that's going to wrap it up, Jimbo. So if there's nothing else here this evening, as always, take care. Have a great week. And you never know, we might see you on the race. Oh, no, see you on the track sometime. Good night. I got that wrong. Oops.